Hello, hello, hello. Greetings. Good morning or good evening from wherever you are tuning in. Welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. It is the day we have been waiting for a very, very long time. The 100th test between the Springboks and the All Blacks is finally here. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? What's the vibes? What's the vibes? What's the vibes at the moment ahead of it's going to be a brutal encounter for both teams, I think, but just after such a strange rugby championship, after such a strange year, we have finally arrived at the big event, the one we've all been waiting for. And call it 43 minutes, we will have kickoff down in Queensland as the biggest rivalry in rugby gets underway for the 100th time, with the Springboks needing to do the most, really. They have to go out and beat the All Blacks with a bonus point and deny the All Blacks a bonus point if they are to have any hope of lifting the Rugby Championship trophy. So, let me know in the comments. How are we feeling? What's the chat? Are we confident? Are we maybe not confident, but are we at least confident of an improved performance? I think that's probably the big thing that we can sort of hope for in going into this game, is just to try and improve, hit our straps early, and the big players need to stand out today. The likes of a Faf de Klerk, Andre Pollard, Willie Leroux, those sort of senior players really need to sort of stand up and do the business today. I'm just excited. I think that whatever way it goes, it's just so nice to be playing rugby. It's so nice to be playing rugby in front of fans. It's so nice to be back and playing against the best team in the world at the moment. We did lose our number one ranking last weekend, so that is on the cards. That is what we could try and win back. But yeah, let's start smashing that like button. Let's start jumping in the chat. Let's try and get as many people on here as possible before. Got plenty of time to really sort of settle in, get your beverages, get your breakfast sorted. And let's start the chat. So we got quite a long time to sort of just talk about what's some of the clashes, some of the stats ahead of this weekend, and exactly what we can sort of come to expect out of this game. And this is the first of 5 watchalongs we are doing today. In fact, 6 watchalongs we are doing today. We've actually got a dual watchalong later. We've got one watchalong happening on Forever Rugby and one watchalong happening on Forever Sports. So it really is all systems go from our side. We've got a lot of coverage coming your way this today. So let's sort of settle in and really have a great time. But so good morning, Johan. Says go Bokke. Eswiki versus Lions can win. The Boks can too. I mean, at the end of the day, the Boks are probably the second best team coming out of South Africa at the moment after the Lions, after they win last night. I mean, masterclass, really. Those that didn't write us off, just back us. We've got the business. Going to be a thriller, says Eben Olivier. Did what you did in 2018, Bokke. Marek Plaska says, go Bokke. Kaylin Karin says, improved performance from the Boks, but the championship is with the All Blacks already. They do have, I reckon, one hand on the trophy, as the old saying goes. They don't have to do much. They have to get 1 point after today. They've got 2 matches to get 1 point. All they have to do is get within 7 points of the Springboks, and they've won the rugby championship. So it's a very big ask for us. But at the end of the day, we all know that if we do beat the All Blacks, first of all, at least once, I think it would be nice, but twice, I don't think we'll really care if we win the rugby championship. If we walk away with 2 wins against the All Blacks, we can just sit there and say, well, you know what? We went over there. It was always going to be a tough tour. I would take 2 wins over the All Blacks and 2 losses against Australia. Very happily, to be honest. Far better than beating Australia twice and then beating the All Blacks once. So, yeah, I'd be very, very happy with that. Did you watch the highlights? I didn't get to them. Sorry, I just had too much to do. I ended up going to bed 1:30 as it was. Getting previews ready, getting all our background stuff ready for the big day ahead. We're going to have more watch-alongs this weekend than we've ever done before. So as you can imagine, it requires a lot of prep, getting other presenters already, making sure they're all good to go. So it's just been a bit of a hectic one on my side. But hopefully this will be a game that I'll be watching highlights for a long, long time. Speaking of getting people ready, let me just send this off to another presenter. This. Right. Yeah. So I mean, it's just. So, I mean, I think the reason I went live early was just I need this time to pass. I need to get there. I sort of been up since 7:30, so twiddling my thumbs, going like, when can we just get kickoff? It would be, yeah, it's such a big game. We've been waiting for such a long time. Kane Kevin says an average performance from the box will be a much better performance from last week. Yeah, decent point. Morning to Everberg. Hope you're well. Kiva says 4-2 in Australia. That's massive if it happens. Yeah, yeah. No, that's the thing. Do you think that there might be some clash within the management team, considering that Rugby Video leaked? We don't know who is behind it. The boys simply do not look motivated. No, I don't think so. Look, to be honest, I think that what we are seeing is the result of a very long season. I think there is a bit of mental fatigue. They're of course not denying it, and they say they've got no excuse. Which is fair enough. You can't come out and have all the excuses, stuff like that. But I do think there is a little bit of mental fatigue. I mean, Peter Steph the Toy was giving an interview the other day, and he talked about how mentally draining that Lion series was in terms of being able to pick themselves up, in terms of being able to put themselves through such a big performance after such a big time. And he said that he was mentally exhausted after that series. Now, this is somebody who's he only played the 2 tests. So you can imagine what it did for the players who are still playing, who then have to go and play Argentina a week later, then have to fly to Australia. So I think there is a bit of a mental fatigue settling in. But if there's one game that the Springboks always manage to lift their game and performance, it is this game today. So hopefully, despite what's gone on in the past, this will be the game where we can just sort of get ourselves back up, really be able to motivate ourselves, and hopefully sort of go out and make a bit of a statement performance. Good evening, Moses. What's good, Steve? Looking forward to the box showing up. Yeah, as well. Please start smashing that like video, by the way. Let's try and see if we can get up to how many likes we on. We're on 11 likes. Let's see if we can get up to 23 likes before the game starts in just over half an hour. When we go through the teams, we're going to talk about some of the clashes to watch out for and what we sort of think might happen. Very sort of interesting battles. I think there's just so many mouth-watering battles for today between the Metallic versus Etzebeth type battles, your Vermeulen versus Severe type battles. There are so many really good matchup. So I'm very, very excited about the game itself. And I just think it's one of those things where you've got to walk onto the field as the Springboks and you've got to say, right, I need to outperform my opposite number. And if everybody outperforms the opposite number, we can come away with the win. And we can. If you look at that team, I genuinely think that this All Black side, whilst they've been playing some brilliant rugby, I still don't have that sort of fear of them that I did of the All Blacks team of 5-6 years ago. When you walked into a team walked into a field and you saw Aaron Smith with Dan Carter and Bowden Barrett on the bench, and you saw like Ma Nani, Sunnyball Williams, and Conrad Smith, and you saw Ben Smith at fullback, and Rico Arani was just hitting the seed, and you saw the likes of Whitelock, Retallick, McCaw, Kieran Reid, Jerome Kano. You were scared. I walked into that field going, "Flip! This team is unbelievable. How do we do this?" I think this All Black side now are very, very good. Don't get me wrong; they're very good, and it's going to be a massive task. But I still don't get that scared of it as I used to. I look at that thinking, why can't we beat that side? There's no reason we can't beat that side. We have beaten the side recently. So, if you do go with that mentality and you walk on the field saying, you look at your opposite number and you say, I will outperform you. As a Lurt Diago, you sit there thinking, you know what, Scott Barrett, I don't think you're playing very well this year. I'm going to outperform you. And Faf de Klerk says, well, you know what, TJ Perenara, you know what, Aaron Smith, I will outperform you. And Lukanya says, well, Rico Arani, with very different players, I will outperform you. They all just need to outperform the opposite numbers and we can get away with the victory. Big games from the likes of Kwagga Smith, very tactical choice to have him there. So I'm very keen to see how he manages to come through. Very excited for his game. I think he's going to be somebody's under a lot of pressure. Although to be fair, at the end of the day, I think if he had put in the same performances and that he has so far in a Bok jersey, but was 20 kgs heavier and about 10 centimeters taller, I don't think people would have much of an issue with him. I just think people are just sort of so stuck on the size. Yeah, let's start getting some score predictions in the comments, by the way. Let's start reckoning what we see. We see a high scoring game, low scoring game. What's the chat? I mean, from the box, we need to score high. We need to score 3 tries. But yeah, what do we reckon? What sort of score predictions have we got going? Tim, were you excited for that scintillating first half from the Lions yesterday? I was excited. I was pretty blown away by it. I just couldn't really believe what was happening. You know, I know that we know that Zebra wasn't the best side, but I don't think anybody expected us to come out with such a strong sort of first half showing. So it was a very, very cool half. Hope the guys straighten the lines on attack and create play, which of course depends on individual skill sets. Agreed. How many points do you have the box by? Well, I wasn't in our preview show on Thursday, so I didn't have to give a special prediction. By box by 9, because we have to be by at least 8, 9, 10, you know. But at the end of the day, as I said, winning the rugby championship is and I said it when they first announced the fixtures, when it had us playing 2 games in New Zealand, 2 games in Australia. I said that the rugby champion is probably too much of an ask to try and win it. But beating New Zealand, there's nothing beats beating New Zealand. At the end of the day, we beat New Zealand. I don't care what happens next week. We'll walk away saying, right, 1-1 against the world number 1, against, you know, for all people that write the box off. And I also think that there's a lot of box supporters who, in many ways, don't deserve the box with the sort of the arrogance we've had in the last couple of months, with the way they turn on the team so quickly after a couple of bad games. So I just want to see the box sort of shut a lot of supporters up, and I think that we need, as box supporters, we need to be a lot more consistent. Need to be a lot more respectful of side. I mean, it's been interesting reading all the comments and seeing sort of the build up, how the New Zealand fans have been far more respectful about the box and far more sort of nervous about this game, and the Box fans are. You're completely written their own side of, which I think is a bit sad. Do we have players with those skill sets? We do have them. We do have them. The Kanya is a phenomenal player with ball in hand. We know that Spoon Course is a devastating finisher. If you can get him up to sort of a 1-on-1 or get him around the outside, we know Makazona Pimpy's got plenty of pace. Billy LaRue is a very good attacking fullback when he's on song. He just needs to be on song. And then Damien Delendi can be that wrecking ball. So we've got, and then I think Kwaka Smith, for example, is going to be a very important player. If the game does start opening up towards the latter stages, he's someone that can exploit space. So we've got the players, and in theory, it's about whether they pitch up. It's about whether they can sort of hit their straps. There's no doubt that the talent's there. It's about whether you can make that talent count, which I think is the important thing. Then there's the bench. If Paul isn't doing well, we'll bring on Elton. If Billy LaRue isn't doing good, we bring on France State. Yeah, and I think that we need to be brave enough to make those calls. You know, I think we do need to say, right, you're not having a good game, you're done. We're going to give you the hook, you know, and we need to be brave to make those calls. We can't, if Pollard is leaving points out there, you got to be brave and say, right, we're going to have to hook him. You know, you can't put these guys on the bench and then not be brave enough to play them. You know, I think that's something which I thought that Damien Williams only sort of been shown once, really, where he's been actually back to go and do a job which they asked him to do. And if you're going to ask somebody to do a job on the bench, you got to back him. You've got to back him. Otherwise, don't put him on the bench. You know, you can't just have token gestures on the bench. You've got to be willing to put them in the pressure situations, or else they shouldn't be on the bench if that's the case. If you can't back somebody in a pressure situation off the bench, why are they there? So I want to see them back their players and back the bench. It's not going well. Jaden Beard says box by 3. Evan says just hope LaRue and Pollard is up for it. Agree. Karen goes 25-20. Go Boca. Sia is also very underrated edge forward in the loose. I think Sia Khaleesi has been our best loose forward this year, if we're being very brutally honest. One of our best players. Didn't have the best game in the first Australian game, but I mean, I still see people sitting there saying, why is he playing? And you sort of sit there saying, have you not watched this game? Have you not watched this team this year? I think Sia Khaleesi, for all that he was struggling with the Sharks and taking a while to get into to hit his straps, he's been brilliant in the last couple of games. Honey Now says, if you miss one tackle, it's over. Game so defense, and our game line actually needs to be better. Look, I mean, I think we can afford to miss one tackle. But we can't afford to miss 22% of our tackles, which we did last weekend. We'll be able to watch the game on here. You can't watch the game on YouTube. If you're looking for a stream on YouTube, you'll never find it. Check out the links in the description. I've got all the broadcasters and details and stuff like that. So if you want to watch the game, Everything's down there. You can use ExpressVPN to try and watch some different broadcasts and stuff like that. At the end of the day, you will never find a stream on YouTube. You're in the wrong place. This is not a strong All Blacks team, so we should win. If we don't, we stand no chance in the future against them. Again, things change very quickly. So personnel change very quickly. In a year's time, we could be playing against the All Blacks with a P-Step Toy, with a Jasper Wiese if he's fit and playing, and with a Cheslin Colby. So there's plenty that happens. It's a massive ask. It's a huge ask for us to go over there and beat Australia. This is not making excuses. This is just the reality of where we are. But it is such an important game. We've got to go out and do the business. We've got to go out and do our fans proud. And as fans, we also need to understand that it's we need to go and do good by the jersey and sort of bring staff fans. Regardless of the time the test history we made, AJ's boy is definitely a prop. Yeah, no, definitely a prop. And mate, to be honest, if you're looking for a game on YouTube, you're probably not the brightest crayon in the pack. So not sure, glass houses and stuff like that. Not sure I'll be flinging that stuff around, given the fact that you are looking for an illegal stream on YouTube. Not the brightest idea. But you do you, chap. You do you. France Stain has the ability to upset on the day. Might be a game changer when the game opens up. I'm very keen to see if we can use France Stain's boots effectively. We've got to use people's assets. And Alton Yankee's asset is the ability to get backline going. France Stain's biggest asset is that boot of his. Obviously, we've got the 50-22 rule, I think, is the biggest thing that we can try and exploit when it comes to France Stain. Having that boot where he can sort of go from one half and try and find the 22 from our own half. And if you do that, say you put us on the front foot, it comes down to the mauls today. If we can get our lineouts working today, and you can use the 50-22 effectively, then we're in, and we can actually move that. So yeah, it's all about making sure you play to the strength of the players you got. Good morning, Session. Hope you're well. Please keep smashing the like button with 26 likes. Let's even get 50 likes before the game starts. That'll be quite cool. And yeah, in terms of the schedule of the day, right? So if you go and check out our channel, you'll see we've got a lot of live watch-alongs lined up, a lot of videos lined up today. So we are obviously live for this game, and after this, we move straight into our player rating show. So we'll drop the link for that towards the last stages of the second half. From the player rating show, we go immediately into Australia versus Argentina. Our new presenter, Carl, will be taking you through that one. That goes directly into Benton versus Stormers. Also a new face taking us through that one. That will be Dylan. That's 2:00. And then after that game, we've got a little bit of a break, so you can go and sort of just rest and prepare for the next big game. And then it is probably the biggest game of the day, URC wise, and it's Leicester versus Bulls. Kickoff was at 6:15 today, so we'll be live from 6. And that game then goes straight into Munster versus Sharks, which was at 8:20. So we are literally basically live back to back from now until about 10:15 tonight. So we're in for the long run. So settle in. Hope everybody's got their data and they've got some decent bundles. And it's going to be a long day. Please make sure you do keep our presenters company throughout the day. You guys are very open and very welcoming to me over the years. You guys are welcome Lakanyo into the community. So go and show those two new guys some support today as they sort of venture into the world of YouTube and the life as a Forever Sports presenter. Honey now says the first half will tell us how the game will go. Smash the like button. As Session says, Boca needs to play out their minds today. Jan Olivia says, you don't win tests on hope, you win it with proper planning, analysis, appropriate selection, proper game plan. You plan the play, and you play the plan. Well, agreed. And let's hope I'm sure we've got it. We'll have a plan. We always have a plan. It's whether you can execute that plan. And that was where the issues come in the last two weeks. In the first game against Australia, for all the people said, ran the ball, we scored three tries to their one, but we left points out there, so we should have won that game. We lost last weekend. Because we couldn't execute our plans. We attacked very, very poorly. We made far too many errors, and then defensively, our shape wasn't always there. And Australia exploited that very well. Australia played brilliantly last weekend, and we got beaten by the better team on the day. So it all comes down to whether you can execute the plan you've got, because if you can't, then you're in trouble. Then you're in trouble. So in terms of a bit of stats. So the all-time record between these two sides, not the head-to-head, so the all-time record. So South Africa have played 511 test matches. They've won 320, drawn 24, lost 167. They've got a 63% win percentage. They scored 12,000 points for. They conceded 8,200 points against. They scored 1,447 tries. Now, New Zealand, on the other hand, have played 605 tests, so almost 100 more than the Springboks. They've won 468, drawn 22, lost 115. They've got a 77% win percentage. They've scored almost 17,000 points in history and conceded 8,000 points. And scored over 2,000 tries. So, I mean, this is sort of the attacking outfit that we're playing against. They've always been a class attacking outfit for years and years and years. But in the last 12 months, New Zealand have had a 79% win percentage, winning 11 of their 14 tests, losing just the 2, drawing 1. South Africa have got a 63% win percentage, winning 5 of the 8 tests they've played. Obviously, we've only played 8 tests this year. And out of the 3 games we lost, 1 against British National Lions, 2 against Australia. We've scored 207 points so far, conceded 136 points. Head-to-head, though, obviously, 99 test play between the two nations. The All Blacks have won 59. South Africa have won 36. So we've won 36% of the games, and they've won 60% of the games. We scored 153 tries to their 225 tries. They've conceded 1,500 points, and we've conceded 2,050 points. So obviously it is a bit of a one-way rivalry, but I still maintain it is the rivalry. And even if the South African fans don't think it's the biggest rivalry, the New Zealand fans will back it up and say that, yeah, it is. We do. So if you are a New Zealand fan, jump in and back me up here. Let's be honest. Based on all the common stuff we've had this year, even the New Zealanders are saying this is the game we look forward to. This is the game that we know we're going to get tested. If the Boks lose by more than 15 or 30, we have the right to pump the Boks. You know what it is? I want to see players standing up today. If they stand up to be counted, and we've got some really, really big performances today, and we're just not good enough, that's one thing. But I want to see effort up there. I want to see pride. I want to see passion. I want to see a big push, you know. And if we go on and it's missing, and I think a lot of it comes down to attitude. If you're missing one-on-one tackles, that's not good enough. You know, if you're just not up for it, then I will have an issue for it. But if everyone plays to the best of their ability and they're still not enough, I can get over that. But I want to see players playing for the jersey. I want to see people drawing a line in the sand, putting their body on the line, saying, I will do whatever I need to do to try and win this game. That's what I want to see. And if we see that and we're not good enough, you know, that's one thing. But if I don't see that, that's where I get the issue with. Do you think the second Australian match would have gone differently if Rossi? I don't think so, to be honest. I think it's a scapegoat. I think it's far too easy to just say that Rossi's not involved, and that's why we're not playing well. You know, at the end of the day, he isn't still involved in selection. He is still involved in the tactics we play. So it's not like Rassie Erasmus flies over tomorrow and suddenly we become this phenomenal attacking unit. So, you know, and if we win today, do we then have to hold our hands up and say, well, you know, we apologize to Jacques Nienaber because we didn't back him? You know, that's quite an interesting sort of narrative, that one. Even Olivia says, am I the only one who thinks that the Boks were the best team with the first test against the Wallabies? Oh, we know we were the best team because we left 8 points out there. You know, if Pollard kicked the way Craig Cooper kicked, we would have won that game. So, you know, I think we can all probably know that we were the better side, and we just stuffed it up. Such as me, was the haka only cool when you're 12? No, I quite enjoy it. I think it's frustrating that you don't get to do anything to sort of counter it. Whilst you get fined by World Rugby, but no, I've got no issue. I'm interested to see what they bring out today. Big disagree. Sessions Kappa Pango gives me chills. Sessions, as long as the Boks go out and wreck some shit, I'm happy. Jaden Beer, do you think we have a new game plan for New Zealand? How long till the match starts? We're about 20 minutes away. We're going to go through the sides in a bit and talk through that one as well. If we win today, we have to win next week. We have to win both games with a bonus point and a bonus point to win the championship. That is the equation. It's a very, very hard equation. It's a very big ask, but that's what we got to do. That's what we got to do. Right. Can we just kick off? Can we just run out early, and just go with it? Helena said the All Blacks always bring out the best of the box set, 57-0 lost. No, 100%. And as I said, if there's one game that you're going to try and get up for, it has to be this game. It really does have to be this game. Just want to make sure that TV is working and stuff like that. So we've got all that sorted. Just sort of my sound. Yeah, all good. We've got Guardian in the studio chatting about rugby, so whatever he's saying, I agree. Yeah, actually, I don't agree. I don't know. But yeah. Kevin says we still World Cup champion. Oh, you can't take that away. People can get salty, but at the end of the day, there are certain things that we've already done that you can't take away. But people want 30 likes, and I would like to get us past 50 likes before we start the game. So of the 209 of you guys watching on Forever Sports, I'm going to need you to start smashing that like button. There's also 14 of us joining us on Forever Rugby, so welcome. And also, let's start smashing that subscribe button. Today, I want to get past 7,500 subscribers. I want to get 3/4 of the way to 10K, which is a pretty incredible stat there. But yeah, let's do this. Come on, let's create something special. Imagine if you people can get us to 10,000 subscribers in a year, basically. Phenomenal situation if it happens. So to do that, there are people there watching who have not subscribed. So let's go. Boom, 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 boom. We are suffering, says Michael Mafinisa. Well, we might not be suffering later. Let's try and end the suffering today. I'm so excited to have 3 Barretts in the first lineup, says Velizwa. Sasha says, do you plan on doing multi-man watch-alongs with like a panel? We've got those plans. It's quite a difficult thing to get right as a watch-along because some people stream, some people watch live on satellite and stuff like that. So then you're sort of out of sync. So I'd prefer to do that kind of thing in person. We do have quite a lot of plans for that. We just have to wait and see when we can sort of roll them out. I've got some big plans. I've got big ambitions for this channel. We just need to try and start hitting the numbers to be able to make it possible. So hopefully we'll do that in the future. We're still very, very new in the space. We've been doing this for a year, basically. A year ago, we started doing rugby videos, and we're now sitting at almost 7,500 subscribers. So big things hopefully to come in the future, big plans, and you guys are the ones making it all possible. So I appreciate you. What time does it start? 9:05 South African Standard Time, so in about 15 minutes. Lions winners, hope they don't take the weight away and give it to them. Yeah, no, look, you can't. No, it's too late for that. That's stress. Muni stress ni. Muni bekom wees ni. This is going to be an epic game, guys, says Kurt Johns. Ray says, so hyped. Sessions here for the ambitious. I'm glad you are. In the last game they played against the All Blacks, they were very dominant, even though they lost. Yeah, we didn't play badly, in fact, in that game of the World Cup. Will you show the game? No. So at the end of the, I'm telling you, I'll let you in a secret, Dion. You will never find a stream for this on YouTube, unfortunately. I've got links in the description on the various broadcasters that are showing it. If you want to watch the game using a broadcaster outside South Africa, you can use ExpressVPN. We've got a link in the description for that as well. Same as the URC, you can use ExpressVPN, and then you can actually subscribe to URC TV, which is quite a cool initiative. A little bit pricey, but you can get an entire season for URC TV to watch every single match of the URC for the rest of the season, which will be quite cool. So for those of you that don't have DSTV, I recommend you go and check that one out, which is going to be quite a cool offering there. Unfortunately, not available in South Africa, but you can use ExpressVPN to check it out. Is the game streaming live on Channel 9? I don't think so. I think that they're only doing the Argentina versus Australia game. I can check now. But for what I remember, I think it only has the Australian games on Channel 9. Yeah, so it's only the Australia versus Argentina game, unfortunately, on Channel 9. So you have to use a paid broadcast. So only the pay-per-view broadcasts are showing this game. Are you really going to show the game? No, can't show the game. So that as much. Aiden says, go the All Blacks. Some of us in New Zealand getting a bit of cocky flashbacks to the World Cup semi against England, but with Artie's captain, we got this. Yeah, and I think, look, I think to be honest, I think a lot of you say that it's not be cocky, but I think a lot of the New Zealand fans are actually giving the Box more chance than a lot of the Springbok fans. Um, so yeah, I think it's been quite cool to sort of see that whilst the Box aren't playing well, the rival fans still got quite a lot of respect for the Box. People, let's get past 7,400 subscribers before the game starts, shall we? I mean, given the fact that you guys are all starting to hit that subscribe button, I appreciate your efforts. How much the score? We haven't got kickoff yet. Honey now says sitting here and eating panakuk and samosas, stress eating here. Yeah, thankfully that's why I didn't put any food ahead of me. Otherwise, I just wouldn't stop eating. So I'll grab something after this game and settle in for Australia versus Argentina. Love the respect between Sia and Artie in the video of the All Blacks tweeted. Yeah, that's brilliant. If you haven't seen it, in fact, let me see if I can actually get it. Let me actually download it and we'll play it because I thought that was phenomenal. I thought it was brilliant. Could be a nice. It was a very nice moment yesterday at the captain's press conference. You could just see the mutual respect they have for each other, and really cool, really cool. But yeah, no, if it'll be tough if it was in New Zealand, it will be tougher. Look, I think this is probably the second toughest place to play the game. Hopefully, we've got some expats who are over there doing the business for us. Is there a chance? There's always a chance. There's always a chance. Never write the Box off, but it is a very, very big game ahead and a very big ask, I think, to get this done. I want to see if I can find this video of him yesterday. The very, very cool moment between Sia Khaleesi and Ardie Savea. Right, I'm going to try this. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I'm going to try this. Right, so yeah, so this happened yesterday with the at the captain's press conference. So if you missed it, very cool little moment here between Sia Khaleesi. So check this out, and then we'll go into the team lineups and stuff like that and see what's operating. Yeah, I just thought that was a really cool moment yesterday. And it just sort of shows you the amount of respect outside the game. So it was pretty cool video that the All Blacks shared yesterday. And I think that it's pretty much all it's about, isn't it? As fans, we get so stuck into the rivalry and stuff like that, and it gets so aggressive at times. But I thought that that kind of just shows you how significant this game is to both countries and the moves to it. I just thought it was a brilliant moment to see that the mutual respect there. It was also really cool. I don't know if you guys saw the post last week from Craig Cooper to Sia Khaleesi. There's so much respect in amongst these players, but you know that as soon as they cross the white line today, they don't give a toss, and it will be one of the I'm going to just absolutely end you if I can. Such as Loki, I want to ask you my crypto broker. Yeah, it's fair. It's a big ask, says Michael. Is there any hope? There's never much hope, just a fool's hope, says James. You think Franco will be good off the bench? I think Franco's good no matter what he does. I think if Franco had to play far half, he'd probably do a job. Hello, everyone watching from Foggy Whitney, UK. Good morning, Mark G and Lee. Hope you're well. Franco Moss has been one of our standouts. Still doesn't give a damn. I'm not entirely sure what you're on about. Bit of a shame, though. Argentina captain there. I'm not quite sure why. I mean, I assume he would have been there. But yeah, maybe Montoya not in the mood for a bit of bands. As James says, URC kickoff times are better than rugby championship times. Agreed. Jean Dion Locke says Capo Pango or Carmate. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what we're going to get. I actually don't know what I don't know what they're going to pull out. Here we go. Says Hanley now. Hopefully, players kick boots on the defense. Good on Artie. Says Mark Junior Lee. What province? If you're asking me, I'm in Johannesburg, so good old Gauteng. Artie looks like a younger Dwayne Johnson. It's not a bad shout, actually. Michael Huber may just be my favorite rugby player outside of SA. What a guy! What a player! What a player as well. The 10 channel is going to be under heavy pressure. Life with me, I reckon, is going to see the couple of Pango. I think that's probably the most likely of the ones we're going to see today. Right, so we look at some teams, shall we? So we see how we're going to line up. We'll start with the All Blacks before we put up our scoreboard and get sorted. In fact, I'm going to actually put my TV on now. So let's see how we're lining up, shall we? Oh, Treyeza, my boy. Treyeza, 50th test. The tongue's out, boys. The tongue's out. Woo-hoo-hoo. Well, if you want to see someone that's looking focused, good old Big Trev. Yo, that's gotten me so hard. This is probably my favorite player in the box. Oh yeah. Go on, Trev. What a man, what a player, what a superstar. Trev Nyakane, 50 tests. Made his debut in 2013. Big thank you to everyone in the. Oh, I tell you, he's number one podcast guest. Number one podcast guest I want to get on is good old Trevor. Well, the Boks are on, chaps. The Boks are on the park. They're on the park. We're almost ready to go. We're going to have a national anthem soon. Right, but before we do that, let's look at the teams, shall we, as the sides come out. Right, for number 15 in the All Blacks, it is Geordie Barrett on the 14 wing. We will have Will Jordan, the two centres today for New Zealand, Rieko Ioane and David Havili. George Bridge on the other wing. You got Bowden Barrett at number 10, TJ Perenara at number 9. The loose trio today, Luke Jacobson, Artie Severe, Akira Awani. What a matchup those three are going to be for our loose trio. Scott Barrett, former World Player of the Year. Brody Italic in the locks. Nepalualala at tight head. Cody Taylor at hooker. Joe Moody at loose head as Artie Severe leads out the All Blacks. On the bench for New Zealand, we've got Samasoni Takawao, very, very good player there. Carl Tuanakawafe and Alpha Tukafasi as the two other props. You then got Patrick Tupolotu and Ethan Black, who will cover the rest of the scrum. Brad Weber, the reserve scrum half. Damien McKenzie, reserve fly half on utility back. Quinn Tupea as well will cover some positions in the back line there. Very, very strong New Zealand side. The team that will try to stop them, well, here they go. Pretty unchanged team. Billy LaRue at full back. Big game ahead for him. Sibusiso and Corsi, good old Spoo at number 14. Lukanya and Damien Day-Lindy, the center combination, which were very good against the Lions. Can they pitch up today? Makazulu Mapimpi, World Cup final try scorer, starts today, number 11. Andre Pard, Faf de Klerk in the halfback combination. Dwayne Vermeulen, Albertus Smith, affectionately known as Kwacha. Siam Tanda Kalisi, our captain of the day. The two locks, Evan Etzebeth and Luat Diaga. France Malherbe at tight head. Bongi Imbanambi at hooker. Trevor Nyakane in his 50th test, starting at loose head. Off the bench, the people who made an impact, the likes of Malcolm Marks, Stephen Kitsoff, and Vincent Cockle coming in at the front row. Franco Mostert comes off the bench today for lock, and Mark Van Staden will cover the flanks. And then your backline replacements for the Boks are Herschel Yankees, Alton Yankees, and two-time World Cup winner, two-time British and Irish Lions Series Victor France Steyn. Two of the best sides in the world, former number ones versus the current number ones, go head to head. There's a moment of silence happening. We then have the anthems, and we will then be underway. If you're not excited by now, I can't help you. I cannot help you. I'm just watching them come out. I am absolutely buzzing. What are we saying here? Jean-John Lux says All Blacks are low-key South Africans. Remember weeks ago they had Orlando Pirate shirts on. Yes, thanks, all clear, Steve, Mark G. Lee. 1.5 bad games, and all of a sudden the Springboks are nothing. I hope they prove the critics wrong. Agreed. Don with the spice early on. All right, off to watch the match. Go to the All Blacks. Love our Boks brothers. Maybe the best team wins, says Adrian. Kenny Cooney says, one thing I want to say that's a big positive from the URC is some Saffers saying in media their travels are easy. I had no idea. It took them 4 flights just to get New Zealand. 4 flights, a lot of weird hours. It's not fun. Townsville has never had a bigger clash. Agreed. The tongue is out. This means business, says Don. Trevor, my dad's middle name. My nightmare are haunted by All Blacks, says Sachin. Baka need to smash them. I want to see big tackles, no missed tackles. Jonas says, just commentating, we're going to see the game. Can't show the game. Wrong turn for Chris Nodia there. Quaka, aka Snavel, says Chris. Wait to watch the actual match. You have to find the stream over here. Paul says go Bokker. Jean-Jean looks says Bokker by 1. Hugo Yabes says go Faf. And Stevie says will the box last the 60 minutes? Well, hopefully they're going to last more than 60 minutes. I need to sort my TV out, so I'll be back in 2 seconds. I just need to restart my extender and just sort some volume out. So don't go away. Smash the like button as well, and I'll be back in literally 2 seconds. Right, Anthem's underway. Please continue to smash that like button, by the way. Let's see if we can get up to over 600 people watching before the game begins. Oh, Lord! Come on! Come on! Yo, they look so up for it. They look so psyched for this. This is going to be a huge game, and I'm going to need my stream to sort this fucking shit out. Hey, man, can you just sort your shit out? Right, New Zealand national anthem underway, and then we will have kickoff very soon. Very soon. It's almost time, people. Final chance to get your score predictions in. Contender says, as I said, Dangerous Block is one who is the backing on the wall. Shows the game. I can't show the game. Box part 2 says Colin, close game. I predict the bookies got All Blacks by 14. Look, the bookies also said that the Lions lose to Zebra last night, so let's hope the bookies are going to get a couple of them wrong this weekend. Staffy says, please, ref, blow a decent game. Hey, my flipping TV needs to sort his rubbish out. Honey, now All Blacks add this so beautifully. Yeah, it's a very nice anthem. It is a very nice anthem. I mean, it's not ours, but you know what can you do? Right, sorting out the TV. We'll have to get that back now. Right, contender saying box by 2. Colin says that they'll be underestimated by New Zealand. Bad mistake. Greatness Citizens going box by 3. We're waiting for the haka now. John Goose says All Blacks will win convincingly. Box style play is predictable now. Boring chat that. Shoes Bob says box by 6. Right, please do continue to smash that like button, by the way. We've got over 650 people watching. Let's try and see if we can break the 1,000 mark once again. What is going on with this flipping TV? Really? So I'm going to have to return now. I just want to sort my TV out again. But please do smash the like button in the meantime. Well, there it is. There it is. The haka is done. Welcome, Jonathan Cock, the latest member to the Forever Sports Members Club. We're about to get underway, yeah, people. We're about to get underway. Right, so I missed a couple of comments here. Where are we? John say, Sydney says, all the way from Murraysburg, the Boks will win the game as the underdogs. Always a Boks supporter to get stronger. Peter says, don't forget the haka, and we need to win play in the face of the All Blacks, says Matthijs Marson, to kick every ball away. The Kiwis, ones under pressure, make a lot of errors. Box by 20, says Kevin. Go Bokkers, says Peter. Right, here we go. New Zealand will have kickoff. They're playing right to left. Luke Pearce, the man in the middle. Needs to have a good game today, does Luke Pearce. Right, here we go. Kickoff's about to happen, people. Are we ready? Are we ready? Burton Barrett's got ball in hand. Kickoff's about to happen. We've got kickoff. Burton Barrett goes to the right. We're underway. The 100 test between the All Blacks and the Springboks. And it's an early touch of the ball for Dwayne Vermeulen, who's very solid under the high ball there. Faf de Klerk, first kick of the match, kicking it nice and deep. Not looking to find touch. So it needs a big taste for Makazuma Pimpy. He goes up. While his ball is bounced, it's come back on the All Black side. They're shifting out to Will Jordan. He's going to Havili. Havili kicks him behind. He's turned Villy LaRue for Rico Ione to chase. It's bounced pretty favorably for Villy LaRue. He's got a bit of space, goes to the left boot, and he will find touch. That's a nice early touch from Villy LaRue. But they look to keep it going here. George Bridge throwing it back inside to Burton Barrett. He's going to his brother, Geordie Barrett, who then kicks a deep one down there, which will set up nicely for Andre Pollard. He's got a bit of time. What will Pollard do? Probably look for touch. He does find touch. A decent touch find down in the 22. And they take it quickly again, the All Blacks. So this one Barrett to another. Bowden now will return the favor. And it pops up for Makazuma Pimpy, who goes inside to Villy LaRue. Not the best pass. Villy LaRue now up and under. Makazuma Pimpy to chase. That's about six already. But it's well taken there by Barrett, who gets it away to Will Jordan. Sorry, George Bridge there. Artie Sevier there. Blackadder there into the starting lineup, by the way. I didn't see that's a late change for the All Blacks. Now Burton Barrett going to Havili. Throw the one ball out there. Brought down by Pimpy. All Blacks inside their own half. Joe Moody with an early carry. Tackling him from Nuat Diaga and pick up and go. Retallick into Evan Etzebeth. That's a nice big tackle. Driving him back. Perinara to Barrett. Awani goes to Geordie Barrett. He cuts back inside. Almost through. He's eventually brought down by France Maherba. Oh, it's a poor pass from Burton Barrett. Gotta make that tackle. He's through. He's got a man on the outside. Well, Will Jordan's gone over. That's so flippin' poor. Well, there we go. You've got to flip and make your tackle. After all that, the entire week being like that, and you're going to flip and concede a try like that. That is so shit. Who's missing this tackle? How was the hooker just burst through blooming untouched? That is horrific defending. Who is this here? I mean, the pass behind this, they're under pressure. Etzebeth, Lewis, cool, the two locks, your two biggest performers over there, and they're the ones that made the mistake. Marcus Pimpy jogging back. That is a horrendous start. Disgraceful. Eben Etzebeth and Lewis Diaga, that is on you. We talked about this. You can't miss tackles. You can't miss tackles. All it is two missed tackles. Eben Etzebeth misses the tackle. Lewis Diaga misses the tackle. Boom. Bang. You get punished. And it wasn't a particularly good start for Flippin either. I mean, this all comes from a backwards pass from Bowden Barrett. And in trying to sort of rush up there, you miss the tackles. You can't miss tackles. Lewis Diaga, you're back in the side. You cannot miss tackles. Geordie Barrett off the tee here. Honey, let's not freak out after one try, though. Come now, let's not be silly here. Yes, it might be 50. You can't just say they're going to win by 50 points. They scored a try here. You got to be made a little bit calm here. I'm not happy. Let's just not throw the baby out with the bathwater. But that's just so. It's just two missed tackles, and you concede a try. Jordan Barry has slotted that over. So 7 points to 0 after 4 minutes. Whilst the worst possible start, but now we need to. So I'm just getting my scoreboard sorted here, which for some reason isn't coming up. Where's it gone? There we go. There we are. Right, deep restart, Jeff and Pod, right up against the touchline. It's a good chase from Corsi. Taylor, the man who made the initial break in the first place. Trevor trying to counteract there, causing a bit of havoc. I enjoy that. Now Lewis Diaga joining the fray. TJ Perinard goes to the boot. He won't find touch, right up against the touch line. Foot in touch there, and it was one back from George Bridge, so it will be a South African line out, I think. Yeah, so first set piece for South Africa. Right, well, you got to respond yet, chaps. You got to respond. You got 3 more tries. You got to score 4 tries now today if you want to try and win the championship. I actually don't really care about the championship. I just want to see us win the match here. So first early set piece, they're going to quite a split at the front of the lineup, which is an interesting variation. See Cleese now in the midfield. That's a nice carry from him. Eventually sort of brought back. Now Faf de Klerk gets far, far, far too deep. Faf. Ooh, he dropped it. Goes boo. We're through. Guess what? You want to make a mistake? We'll score. That is horrible from George Bridge. The kick from Faf de Klerk wasn't a good one. And George Bridge, flipping amateur hour. Spoo and Corsi is over. The box hit back. We move. Let's go. Christmas come early. George Bridge handing out presents like Santa. There we go. That is horrible. Disgusting. If that was a Springbok player, I tell you what, I'd be pulling him from bloody... jeepers me. George Bridge, I tell you, I'll drop him now after that. How do you spill a ball like that? Spoo and Corsi bounces on that so quickly. Boom. We're back, boys. We're back. Well, there we go. Box make an error, New Zealand punish you. New Zealand make an error, the box will punish you. A wry smile on Jacques Nienaber. Well, that's a get out of jail free card there. New Zealand allowing us straight back into the game. As Craig Morgan says, mistakes both can juice that. Come on, box. Yep, we can do. As I said, New Zealand on a perfect side. Andre Pollard has missed that. For fuck's sake, Pollard, can you learn how to flip and place kick? Jeez, like it. That is such an easy kick as well. How can you missing that? Jeez, like it. I don't know if that's just so horrible from Bridge. But I'm Pollard. You can't be leaving points. That's 2 points out there you've already lost, by the way. Anyway, restart. 7 points to 5 after 7 minutes. That's a very frantic start. Bowden Barrett going to first touch for Lewis Diaga. Solid under the high ball there. You mean to be stepping away from the first defender. And they've stolen the ball on the ground there, New Zealand. Oh! Almost an intercept from Lua Diaga. Chaps, you've got to protect the ball in the breakdown. We can't lose the breakdown battle today. That's one aspect of the game. We should be really strong. But first scrum of the day, Lua Diaga trying to get into the middle there and intercept it. Tell you what, if I'm Alton Yankees, I'll be warming up already after that flipping kick from Pollard. The Minister, thanks to the sunlight there. Just sliced it, says Sachin. That was a horrible kick. What the hell? Trouble South Rucks have become unbelievably weak. Right, first scrum here, chaps. It's a big attacking opportunity for New Zealand, so we've got to scrum well. It's a pretty solid scrum. It's gone down there. It's available, though. They do use it. It goes to... Havili almost slipping the first tackle. Sia Khaleesi making it. And a penalty to the box. Come on! Dwayne is back, boys. That's a big penalty to win. Dwayne being over the ball there. Good tackle by Sia Khaleesi. He almost looked like he was going to slip the first tackle there from Havili. No, I don't think that scrum was actually all right. I mean, you can see Havili just burst straight through Pollard and Delendi there. And thankfully, Sia Khaleesi was there to make the tackle. So Pollard, that's a misconversion and a missed tackle early on here, chap. We know that this is the game that you have to play well. So I'm going to need you to step up here now, chap. I can't show us the game, folks. Please stop asking. You know it's illegal. Short arm free kick there. I enjoy that. So no Luke Pierce, no nonsense there. Kevin says, should Pollard go off, bring Alston on for kicking? Right, well, Pollard has gone up very high from the free kick. And it's a penalty. Oh, thank you very much for blocking the runner. Well, that's the perfect response there. Blocking the runner. Luke Pierce says, number 4, Brody Retallick has gifted us a penalty right on the by the 22. Villiers got ball in hand. Pollard's asking for the kicking tee. Well, that's a gift. That's against Brody Retallick, and let's see if he changes his line. He's watching Etzebeth. Oh, yeah, not good. And I'm glad Luke Pierce is picking this up, because that's what Australia did in the first time. It's so obvious. You can see Brody Retallick watching him all the way, just getting into his valve, changing his line, boom, stopping to get in front of Eben Etzebeth. Very well spotted by Luke Pierce. Penalty to South Africa. Pollard's got the kicking tee. South Africa can try and kick themselves in front. So original players were saying that conversions are so important because they are the only points that don't change the flow of the game. This game will be tough, boys, says Luca. They'll scrum better, just wait. I'm not sure who the they is, but we'll see. He missed the one kick, leave Pollard. Take the tap. I'm not going to take a tap. Relax. Good day, Damien. That's a better kick from Pollard, straight down the middle. The Boks ahead, 8 points to 7. After 11 minutes. That's better. Got to make the count. If there's discipline issues, you got to punish them for it. So Brody Retallick, well, there's 2 gifts there. One from George Bridge, one from David Brody Retallick. We'll take those. Right, 7 points to 8. Burden Barrett with the restart, going down to the right-hand side. It will be another touch for Luat Diago. So underneath the high ball there. Available for Faf de Klerk, who will go to the box kick. Pimpy chasing hard. That's a big tackle on Geordie Barrett. Counter back coming in there. It's pretty slow. They've slowed the ball down quite a lot. Perinara going to Barrett. Goes to the captain, Xavier. Whoop. Xavier's burst through. He's eventually brought down by Damien Delendi. Big tackle from Dwayne. There wasn't the best pass from Roden Barrett. Perinara now going to the left to Joe Moody. It's a big tackle on him from Bongi and Damien. And the penalty. Come on! That's it! Playing the ball on the ground. It's a bit of pressure there. I'm enjoying that. Billy, chill. We're going to go for the points here, chap. Well, RCV with a strong carry there, but it was a good bit of physicality there from Bongi to drive him back. It was David Alendi. It was a big hit from Bongi and Damon Alendi, and you can see just playing the ball on the ground. I think it was rolling. It was the case. Look, Kwaka Smith was there and ready to jump over that, so that's a really nice moment. You could see their pump. Bongi, that's a big contribution from Bongi. That's what we want to see from him. He's got that physicality. Now bring it. I want Bongi to be the bully. Greg says, need to show pride, desperation, aggression this week. Well, so far, so good. I'm seeing that now. Kirsty Pettit says, let's go, Boca. We need 3 tries. Man, we technically need more than 3 tries. But we got to win the game first. Pollard down the middle, 11 points to 7. Better. This is good. We're putting them under pressure. You've already a couple of passes are not going to hand. A couple of penalties going our way. This is a nice early start. As Staffy says, not only 3 tries, 2 tries more than New Zealand. Right, we start again from Burden Barrett back towards Luat Diaga. Puts his head down. He loses safety to the 22 here. Faf de Klerk will go to the box kick once again. Mapimpi and Sia and Kwaka will chase. Right, off you go, Makazola. Geordie Barrett, there was a big brought down there. Trevor's over it. He loses his footing, unfortunately. Quick ball there for Perenard. Burden Barrett spots a bit of space. Puts the ball high in the air. It'll be a tester for Pollard. It's a bit deep, so we can mark it. Yeah, good stuff. Calm it down. Yeah, Pollard there just slowing things down. But Burden Barrett's kick just going a little bit too far. And now Pollard will be able to kick this nice and deep and get ourselves into All Blacks half. That's what I like to see. It's a good start. It's a solid start. Long way to go, but it's a nice start. Right, sure, you're going to test the line out. They go to Scott Barrett. Solid carry. Jordan there from there. See Ecclesi onto the... Oh, it's not running away as the call against Andre Pollard, I think it is. Not rolling. Pity. You can see Ecclesi was there for the counter-ruck. I mean, it's harsh to say he's not rolling away. That's Perenard milking that, if you ask me. I mean, he's about a meter and a half away from the ruck. How is that not rolling away? Well, you almost did a really good job there to Pimpy of keeping that ball from going out. I think that's a very harsh penalty from Luke Pearce. I mean, Pollard's about a meter and a half outside the ruck. So to say that's not rolling away is a bit hectic. No, Maxwell, you can't jump from outside, chap. Do people not understand the rule? You have to jump from inside the field if you want to try and keep it out. Right, big set piece here for New Zealand. They're up inside the 22. That's a big counter shove there from the maul. That's a huge maul defense from the box. Well, it's a penalty against the Springboks. Four-head ahead with ball carrier against Evan Etzebeth. There's the call from Luke Pearce. Well, it's a very aggressive maul defense there. So they're going to have another go here. Big defense here, chaps. Cody Talley will go to Ethan Blackadder. Once again, it's a very good maul defense. Gone straight down. Wants to use it. Perenard with ball in hand. What's he going to do? He goes to Havili. Havili will put his head down. Big tackle on him. Counter Harake coming from Damien Delaney. Ecclesi over the ball. Turnover. Come on. That's it, man. That's it. Ecclesi, my boy. Turnover possession from the box. That's brilliantly defended. That's better. This is the Springboks we know. Now Faf de Klerk puts it high in the air. Makazuma Pimpy to chase. He doesn't find touch. Oh, yes. And Ecclesi forcing the knock on from Jordan. That's it, boys. Come on. My captain! My captain! And you can see it. You can see it in their faces. That's it. Has anybody proved their doubters more wrong than Siya Khaleesi this year? I mean, that's a huge cut. You see, understands the rules over on Perenaro, gets the ball sealed off, then boom, making the tackle, forcing the knock on. He's up for it. Will Jordan trying how to go at Siya Khaleesi, knocking the ball on, scrum for South Africa just on the halfway line. Loving it, loving it. I think the biggest thing from that is that really good moral defense, and then nice and physical on with those tackles. Albie Khaleesi made both those tackles. Yeah, look, he's my boy. Well, we're not even 20 minutes in. It's a long way to go. But I'll tell you what, it just looks so far like we've actually pitched up for a change. We didn't start like this last weekend. So it's good to see. Good to see. Now the question is, can we keep this up for 80 minutes? You know. But New Zealand really conceded 4 turnovers and had 2 handling errors. The Boks have not had a single handling error and only conceded 1 turnover. William Quinn says, go see Alaka. Craig says, captain leading for example. Lovely to see. The Ballard says, we are going to lose this game. Oh, dude, come on. Don't have time for your negativity. Don't have time for your negativity. Back the buggers. Right, big scrum here, chaps. Big scrum here, chaps. The intensity is good so far. As I said, the biggest issue is can you sustain this? Is this sustainable? But it's a very nice start. It's good to see. And that's a lot of people saying, you know, they said win or lose, we want to see this kind of effort. You know, if you play like this and you still lose, you can put your hands up and say we're just not good enough. They were just better on the day. But I don't want to see is losing because of players who just didn't pitch up and didn't try hard enough or whatever. This is the effort levels. This is the passion. This is the pride I want to see in these first 17 minutes. Keep this up. If you lose, you lose, but show this type of passion. We can get behind you. Win or lose, we can get behind you if you go and play like this. But keep us up for 18 minutes. Right, Frans Mahova, some running repairs for him. $913 kgs to 916 kgs. We are 3 kgs heavier than New Zealand. Those are some big packs, by the way. Right, big scrum there, chaps. Come on, Trieza. Time is back on. You've got a scrum on the left-hand side of the park on our 10-meter line. The SA won 96% of our own scrums. 22% penalties, 1 per scrum. That's a decent amount, you know. That's one every 5. Actually, more than 1 every 5 scrums. We win a penalty. Big scrum, yeah, chaps. Big scrum, yeah, chaps. That's a decent hit from the looks of it. Fast going to put the ball in now. All right, what have we got here? Big scrum, that's it. It's gone down. Penalty, come on! Get in their faces. Joe Moody's gone down under the pressure of Frans Malherbe. He's the fridge. The fridge is operating. Collapse in the scrum. Penalty there for the Springboks. Trevor there. It's a big battle between him and... yeah, you can see there. Just Joe Moody collapsing under Frans Malherbe. Bang, goes down. That's it. Better. Obviously going for the line there. Sapola's finally going to touch this for the 22 meters. Go for post. Mate, France State isn't on the field yet. She never go for post on our 10 meters. So we've gone for the line. Line up by the 22. Let's go Trieza, my boy. 50th test for him. Should have played so many more, shouldn't he have? 5-man line up chair for the box. Come, Bongi, just hit your man. Thiago. It looked so poor. Turnover line out there. That's a really, really poor line out. Blackadder running it out there. They're looking to run it. Havili caught by Damon Dalendi. Black's not outside 22. Quick defense by Faf de Klerk up on Scott Barrett. Quokka Smith over that ball. Slowing things down. Now back to Bowden Barrett. He will go for touch. It's a decent touch finder from him as well. Not a particularly good line. It didn't look like we were particularly well set. Thiago was quite late going up for it, and Brody Taylor getting in front there. So that's poor. That's poor. Why is my clock getting wrong here? Are they changing their clock? Right, come, better line up, Jeff and Bongi. There you go, Dwayne. It's a much better line up there. First maul here for the box on the halfway line. Bongi controlling things at the back. They're trying to sort of splint off to the right. Dwayne doing very well to hold up Brody Metallic. Now Bongi breaks. Go Bongi. It's a big hit from Bongi. That's a nice carry up to the 10-meter line. Faf de Klerk goes to the wing. Immediately goes to Mapimpi. Cutting inside of Pimpy. Being wrapped up by Scott Barrett. Right, Bongi now. Strong carry from him. Faf now looking for the little kick over the top. That's far too far, Faf. Geordie Barrett marks it. Faf, if you're going to go to the boot, just keep it in play here, chap. Keep it in play. Right, now Geordie Barrett will kick for touch. It doesn't find touch. Right, Pollard puts the ball up. Faf de Klerk's going to chase this. Geordie Barrett does just take it. Inside ball to Scott Barrett. Scott Barrett's burst down the middle. Cody Taylor gets the ball away. Damien Dalendi brought things down. And he's turned over on the ground. The ball's flung up to Blackadder. He gets it away. I think he was going to knock on somewhere. Well, jeepers, that was a bit of a messy play. I think it was a knock-on. Jeepers, yeah. Massive turnover there from Dalendi and then forcing, and then a knock-on. But Scott Barrett slipping the tackle of Bongi Manambi. It's a very important turnover here from Damien Dalendi. Thankfully forcing a knock-on here. That was a bit of a worrying situation there. Good scramble defense. Well done by Dalendi to make that turnover. Right, chaps. Now a big defensive scrum here. Let's try and clear our lines. Looks a bit of shoving before the ball. Yeah. Short arm there from New Zealand. You can see pushing before the ball's in. Nice get out of jail free card there. We have a free kick. Be able to launch things back towards New Zealand half. Trying to sort of force the issue here on New Zealand, which is you don't often see. Matthew Dick says TRC standing needs their own streaming service. Agreed. The URC there is sort of paving the way in many ways. Pollard looks at a solid kick there towards the. In fact, he finds touch inside New Zealand territory, so that's a good kick from him. Asif says, I hope Springboks will win today. All my love from Pakistan. Welcome. Stephen says, Apple Anders just giving away possession. Who was the ref? It's Luke Pearce today from the UK. Right, contest for this line of chaps. Scott Barrett. You know, Lewis, that's so fucking stupid, man. Come on. Just bringing Scott Barrett. Just don't do stupid things, people. It was so obvious. Scott Barrett goes up and Lewis Thiago just grabs him and brings him down. Stop doing stupid things. So Bowden Barrett now kicks their way into the 22. Lewis Thiago guilty. I mean, just why? Why play him in the air? Why do you need to do that? I don't understand. You know you can't do it, so why do it? Right, big defense now. He's in on the 22. Four-man line now for the All Blacks. Goes to Barry Talik. Pranay goes to Havili. Doesn't have a particularly good ball in the hand. Their big counter ruck. Kwagga Smith has turned that ball over. That's it. Kom Kwagga with the steal. Siya Kolisi again involved in that. Now Eamon Etzebeth creating a bit of an angle. That's two attacking opportunities for New Zealand that we've defended very well. Now Faf de Klerk. That's not going to go particularly fast. Spoon Corsi is chasing hard. And it's not a particularly good chase. And it comes off a New Zealand player. It will be a Bok line on the halfway line. That's what we want to see. Spoon Corsi with the chase. Well, guess what? For all that you want to talk about George Bridge as a fantastic finisher, today he has been pretty average. Kwagga Smith there with the turnover. Siya Kolisi involved as well. Good to see. They go to the front of the line. That's Eamon Etzebeth this time. Bongi controlling things at the back. Not really getting much forward ball though, so he probably will have to break. Use it once comes. It's all broken apart. It's gone down to ground. It's available to Faf, who goes to Kwagga Smith. Under a little bit of pressure. Handoff, and Burden Barrett gets brought down by Ethan Blackadder. Faf wants a runner here. Goes to Trevor. Up against Cody Taylor. Right, now Faf will go to the boot. Lifts that high. Spoon Corsi chasing once again. And it's landed the side of the All Blacks. Bonki Banambi shoving at people. Chidi Perinoa under a lot of pressure. Faf de Klerk all over him. New Zealand keeping possession inside their own 10 meter. Leotiaga up quickly, missing the tackle, but Trevor there. The ball's gone backwards though. It's a knock-on advantage from the Springboks. France by Herber. So turnover ball here from the Springboks. Pick up and go from Kwagga Smith, making a few meters. Still advantage for the knock-on. Siya Kolisi pick up and go. Needs a bit of support here. That's it. Couple of pick up and goes. Now Faf goes to Pollard. Pollard sees a bit of space in behind. Come on, man, Pollard. And he's kicked that straight dead. Why? Why do that? Why do you need to do that, Pollard? Just keep the ball in hand. So it's a scrum to New Zealand all the way back from where he kicked it. It was a horrible kick. Bounce of the ball is not favoring as well. I mean, you can see it does bounce off towards the right. But it's frustrating. But once again, really good turnover on the ground there. Couple of pick up and goes to Siya Kolisi, Kwagga Smith. The loose trio's up for it. Leonardo says, is Mapimpi playing or Chisholm? Mapimpi's playing. Kwagga plays with his heart in the sleeve. I agree. Welcome, Andrew Johnson, the latest member to the Forever Sports Members Club. You can become a member as well. The link is the pinned comment there. Mark Junior says Blackadder was a comedy show in UK. Very good one as well. Timer's off here. Actually, no, timer's off. Faf de Klerk getting a bit of running repairs on his eye. Yeah, but the problem is because it's a knock-on advantage, as soon as you kick, you lose it. What we've seen from the box, to be fair, I mean, that's the second probably kick that wasn't great, but the kicking game can work. You know, it's all about the chase, and it's all about how contestable the kick itself is. So, you know, look, I mean, again, there, I don't think it's not the worst option from Pollard if he gets the right bounce of the ball. It would have bounced right up onto the 5 meters, so it would have been a very big defensive scrum for the All Blacks, and then obviously they'll probably clear it, and you kind of win a line out on the 22 or just beyond. So the thought process was there, but just the execution's letting him down there. LB says 13 missed tackles by the box already, but what we are seeing, it is far too much. But also, you remember that because you've got a rush defense, you will always miss tackles. The issue is you've got to make sure you make the hit and you've got to slow the ball down. So that's the whole point. You come off your line quickly, you make the hit, you slow them down, disrupt the momentum. The idea is often the second person actually makes the tackle. So like Faf de Klerk will rush up the line, make the hit, slow it down, and the next person coming up will actually make the tackle itself. Right, the New Zealand break down the left. Barrett goes to Avili on the inside. Avili goes to Awani. Awani goes out to Bridge. The cat's inside. Khaleesi's there to make the tackle. New Zealand up into the 22. Havili there over again. The Kanya trying to slow things down. Perenara going to Joe Moody's up against Damon Delendi. All Blacks up to the 22. They've got a lot of space out wide. Brody attack. Thought about the pass. Gets it away. Trevor hangs on eventually to the tackle. Perenara going to Lolala. Big tackle from Eben Etzebeth. New Zealand into the 22. Big defense needed. Perenara going to the left, but Bowden Barrett with the advantage, kicking over the top there. A bit of a test of Pollard. Inside ball back. He's left it behind. Surely that went forward, Luke Pierce. Yeah, back for the penalty. I was about to say, there's definitely a knock on there. Go back for the penalty. I need to put my time back on. Penalty for New Zealand. That's a really good attack from them. I don't know why, but they just seen so much space. I mean, the Kanya was looking up and suddenly was a bit of a 4-on-3. Well, they're going to go for the poles here, are the New Zealand. Bowden Barrett very well in the air, tossing the ball back. And just taking his eyes off the ball there was Awani. Morley Stevens to George. Good start. Box 10 is there. Yep. So far, so good. It could draw within 1 point. I should draw within 1 point here, but I'm enjoying the intensity. It's been a good match. It's been a nice encounter so far. Kevin says, bring on alternates time. Craig says, hope the schoolboy rugby stops, calm his tackles, and not be punished. Says, can't play rugby on our own half. Henry says, when a team like the All Blacks makes mistakes, you need to make it count with points. Right, so Geordie Barrett will slot this time in the middle, I'm sure. Yep, go straight down the middle. So New Zealand pull within 1. 10 points to 11. It's been a very, very close game so far. It's been a very enjoyable game so far. All for this. Pollard, for fuck's sakes, man. He's just kicked that dead. Mate. Well, Andre Pollard has just kicked that straight into touch. That is so poor. Why? And from the kickoff, he's just allowed a scrum straight on the halfway line, which they've just flipping had a brilliant counterattack from. Albie says Fafel Quacker didn't get across enough. That's why there was a gap. Yeah, they didn't seem to have a flank there. Pod is falling apart, man. Says Albie, I'm worried about the last 10 minutes of the game. Well, that's the thing, it's can we keep up this intensity? Look, Kevin makes a good point. The 3 points there, rather 3 than 7. We're still ahead. Need a big scrum here, though. But you can't make mistakes like that. You can't kick it dead from the flipping kickoff. I think Pollard gets the hook at about 60 minutes here, or even 55 maybe if he continues like this. Very solid scrum here. All Blacks back to the right. Inside ball. Almost sort of fumbled it there. Quacker Smith was over that, slowing the ball down. But it's available. Advantage 9 offside. It's Faf de Klerk giving away a needless penalty. Perenara going towards the right. Damon Delendi saw Havili. Ball doesn't go to man. Artie Severe out in the wide channels. Brought down eventually by Quacker Smith, and they'll go back for the penalty. Faf de Klerk straight offside. That's just silly. Discipline here, chaps. Discipline. Right, big call here. What will New Zealand do? They go for the line. They're going to go for the line, which hasn't really worked so far. which was very much in the range for a 3-pointer, but the New Zealand want full maximum value for their money. So Bowden Barrett's kicked to the line. So big defense needed to from the box. Right, so out of 24 tries for New Zealand, 33% of them come from the line. So, Ada has knocked it on. Thank you very much. Yeah. Oh, comes off Eben Etzebeth, so it'll be a scrum to New Zealand, but their line out. It's a pity because they butchered that line out there from Blackhair. Look, the line out, this whole line out going for the line thing hasn't really worked for New Zealand. Long may that continue. Eben Etzebeth there with apparently a knock on before, so a big defensive scrum needed. Triers is down. Not sure what he's. I think it was So it was Eben Etzebeth trying to come through and steal that ball and then knocks it on. Well, you're gonna need a big scrum here. This is a very, very big attacking scrum now for New Zealand. I think Trevor's got a bit of blood. Celebrating that special jersey. Please do smash a like, by the way. We're 25 likes away from 200, so let's keep that going. How are we sitting with subscribers? Hey, we're past 7,500 subscribers. I appreciate you people. Please do keep subscribing. Maybe we can break 8,000 today between all the various watchalongs. You never know. You never know. Do your part. All right, massive scrum here needed for the box. It's a very big attacking opportunity here for New Zealand. They're inside the 22. Blindside's definitely on here. It's gone down here, but it's available. They go to Havili. Oh, and it's a knock on. We're going to have a look here. So it's a knock on at this stage with the core. They're going to have a look to see if it's a deliberate knockdown for Spur Corsi or whether he had a genuine attempt at making this ball. If this is a knockdown, this is a penalty. This could be a penalty and a yellow card. Right, this could be trouble here for Spur Corsi. He's got to make a genuine attempt to try and intercept here. Ooh, I don't know. This is going to be the one telling. Is Spoon Corsi making a genuine attempt here? Yeah, he's going to be off here, Spoon Corsi. He's going to be off. I think he's off here. So this is the penalty. They want to see a wide shot to see it. I think they're looking at a penalty try, basically. So it's a penalty, probably a yellow card. They're now looking to see if it'll be a penalty try. Not a penalty try. Okay, yellow card. Spoon Corsi is off. They said that we've got colour, so it's not a penalty. So not, look, I mean, if it's... Well, that's a huge moment in the game. South Africa go down to 14 men. Yellow card there for South Africa. So they'll finish the half with 10 men. Okay, you had to make an intervention. There was a big overlap. They've said it's no penalty try because they had covered tackle, but they're going to take the 3 points. So to be honest, if this was the only points you concede whilst he's off, then it's not the worst result. But now we're going to have to defend with 14 men, which is going to make life very difficult. I agree with the call, though. It's definitely a yellow card. I don't think it's a penalty try. It was never catching that. It was definitely deliberate knockdown. I mean, you've got his one hand here, his other hand there. Right, so New Zealand go back into the lead through the boot of Jordie Barrett. And now the Springboks got to try and wind down 5 minutes, not concede any points, and try and get Spur and Corsi back on the park without conceding. Right, chaps, come, defend. Now, Pollard, just keep this in flip and touch. Goes to Bridge, goes inside to Havili. Big hit on him from Luat Diaga. Now, come, chaps, we've got to keep them inside their own half for the next 10 minutes. Lala, solid tackle from Khaleesi there, keeping the All Blacks pinned back. Now, Iwani. Held up by Etzebeth. They're trying to hold him up and force more there. Now, Perinara will go back to Beauden Barrett. It's a pretty flat kick. Does find touch. Nice intensity there. Nice tackling there, keeping them pinned back. But New Zealand opting not to kick for a while. Eventually finding touch there. It's just ahead of the 22. So this is a nice opportunity just to slow things down. You got to go up here. We're going to see a rolling more. We've got to try and get to half time without getting any more points here. Come, chaps. It's a very complicated line of call. Eventually, let's go Luat Diaga, who gets sacked. Legally, apparently, according to Luke Pearce. The ball's available at the back. Goes to Damien Delendi. Sides to straighten. He's a little bit isolated. He's got Quacker Smith with him now. Faf de Klerk. Going back to Pollard. Pollard goes to the boot. This will be a very competitive kick. Marcus Pippi needs to get in there. Pollard, can you stop kicking the ball into the flipping 22? I mean, we need to keep possession. If you're going to go to the boot, that's fine, but stop letting them mark the ball. Beauden Barrett going deep to Willie Leroux. Willie Leroux will go high. Needs a chaser. Pollard, it's a pretty much a free catch there from Jordie Barrett. But Quacker Smith has turned it over illegally so. Never released it from Quacker Smith. Just stop flipping. As I said, if you're going to kick, it's fine, but you've got to kick it and keep it ahead of the 22 so that it is competitive. Because at the moment, they've done it twice where we've had front football and all you do is you then gift possession back because Jordie Barrett can just call the mark. You can see all 5 of the last penalties. So now this is an issue because now you're with 14 men and now you've got to try and defend in the last 4 minutes right up in your line. Right, so New Zealand onto the 22. We need some massive defense here. Still got 6 minutes left. We're down to 14 men. What we can test for, if we win the line-up back, it's a very big intervention there from Eben Etzebeth. Andre Pollard's going to carry the ball up himself. Very, very big turnover so far. Look, the defense from the. I mean, that's the 3rd time New Zealand have been, 4th time really. They've had attacking set piece, and we've managed to defend it pretty well. Now, Faf de Klerk goes to the boot. He'll find touch. That's actually a very nice touch finder. Up past the 10 meter. That's better. Big winning there from Eben Etzebeth. And you can see Faf de Klerk making sure that goes well out. You'll need to sort that blood out a little bit. Take it quite quickly. Do New Zealand want to try and exploit this advantage? Solid tackle there by Pollard and Bongi Manambi. It's available for Perinara. Goes to Bro Tarek and then knock it on through Awani. Lukanya goes to Mapimpi. Mapimpi straightening. Mapimpi still going up to the 10-meter line. And Awani with the knock on, no advantage there. Will go back for the scrum, I think. Yeah, good stuff. Turnover was good, but that's fine. That's good. Force the errors. Well, I'll tell you what, we haven't seen too much from the back line today, but our pack's been up for it. Now it's a very, very big scrum here. We can have if you have a big scrum here and win a penalty, time is gone. We're past 40 minutes, by the way. So the hooter is gone. So you win a penalty here, you could potentially slot it and actually take a lead into half time. We need a huge scrum here. Treyeza, the fridge, Malherba, Imongeni and Banambi, my boys, need to pull through here. Hey, speaking of pull through, this TV, sort yourself out. Yeah, we're back. Big scrum here, chaps. Big scrum here, chaps. Oh, get the ball out, Faf. Pretty solid. Viru goes to the boot. Makazona Pimpy chasing hard. Geordie Barrett has called for it. He's wrapped up by Makazona Pimpy. Oh, ball over the top to Curry Taylor down the flanks. Big tackle made by Pollard up to the halfway line. Big rush defense there from Faf de Klerk. Wraps up Lua Lala enough. Now Dave Vermeulen's all over that ball. Dwayne Vermeulen turning the ball over. Oh, I thought he had. Been told to release it now. Slow ball there. Barrett going to Brody Metallic. Forward pass. That's it. Half time. That's it. I'll take it. Well, half-time score, 13 points to 11. South Africa were down to 14 men. Managed 7 minutes so far without conceding any more than the 3 points. And if you do only concede 3 points with 14 men, I think it's actually a very tactical yellow card, to be honest. Only one try conceded right at the beginning. Apart from that, the Bok defense looking a lot better today. A lot better. Still missing tackles. But like there, you can see the rush defense up, disrupting the flow of the game. New Zealand are making mistakes. It's a very close game over in Queensland. Just 2 points separate the two teams. Well, what a half. What a half. Right, we're going to take a short break. Go and fill up the water bottles and stuff like that. Get your beverages and things sorted. Please continue to smash like on the video. And please continue to subscribe to the channel. We're well over 7,500 subscribers now. So the next push is to try and get to 8, which is a pretty cool concept. So yeah, get your refreshments, and I'll return very, very soon. All right. I hope you've all got our beverages. Half-time score, it's 13 points to 11. What a test match so far. Mistakes from both sides. I wouldn't say either side's really been the better side. But yeah, it's been a pretty good test so far. Very, very close. But let's go through some of the stats and stuff like that. We'll tell an interesting story. I reckon, unfortunately, I don't know the knock-on stats, stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, I think in terms of knock-ons and unforced errors, I think New Zealand probably have actually had more. Right, so stats at halftime. Possession 57% for the All Blacks, 43% for the Springboks. Territory 53-47. One try apiece, one conversion. I mean, without sound like a stuck record. Pollard missed that conversion, and if he had slotted it like he should have, and he should have slotted because it wasn't a particularly difficult chance, that's 13 points each, and we're level at halftime. So that's frustrating. New Zealand have run 220 meters. The Boks have run 69. They've beaten 17 defenders. We've beaten 4. 3 clean breaks to 1. 19 gain line carries to 4. 77 passes to 18. 5 offloads to 0. 2 turnovers, 1 by New Zealand, but 5 turnovers, 1 by South Africa. The breakdown, we said at the breakdown that's a potential area that we can try and exploit, and we have exploited it so far. But 17 missed tackles missed from the Boks so far, and it's that first try which is really frustrating because Ludiaga makes the tackle and we're not conceding that try. But once again, 67% goal kicking success rate. Pollard can't kick like this. He can't. He cannot kick like that for goals. He's got to be operating he's got to be 3 out of 3 with those sort of kicks that he had. Ruck success is 88% for New Zealand, 95% for the Springboks. Line-out success, 90% for New Zealand, 85% for the Springboks. New Zealand have lost. Well, we've each lost 1 line-out. Scrums are 100%, pretty even. We've won a scrum penalty. I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not going to sneeze. No, I'm going to sneeze. It's emotional. No, false alarm. Yeah, so decisions to make here. The Pollard, I think, tactical kicking hasn't been particularly good. He put us under pressure a lot of times with his kicking. I mean, kicking it dead, for example. I think that we've got to make a brave call, to be very honest. At the end of the day, he's the general and all that, but he's missed a kick. He's missed a tackle. He kicked a kickoff dead. He's kicked 2 up and unders which have gone too far. It's just not happening for Pollard at the moment. It's very frustrating. And the problem is, how long do you persist? We know the class that he is, but tell you what though, I think the 2 best players in that half for the Springboks were probably Kwagga Smith and Sia Khaleesi. I thought those 2 were tremendous. We look at their stats. Kwagga Smith's got a turnover, made a couple of tackles. Sia Khaleesi's been absolutely everywhere. He's made 6 tackles so far, 1 turnover, 1. Hasn't missed a tackle. It doesn't really show how many breakdowns he's hit, but he's been hitting a lot of rucks. Those 2 are operating quite nicely at the breakdown. Dwayne Vermeulen as well has won a penalty at the breakdown. The loose forward has pitched up today. Lewis and Eben have been a bit quiet. They sort of grew into the game after missing those 2 tackles, both missed tackle in that first try. But it's just the Pollard kicking which is frustrating. When you think kicking that line out dead, the one on the 10-meter where he kicked it in behind and went too far, and they had to restart with the scrum. 2 kicks that went too deep, and they marked it. The missing goal kick as well. It's just a lot of errors for Pollard to be making, and they do. I think quite soon they're going to have to make a bit of a big decision as to what we're going to do. Do we stick with him, or do you pull the plug and put in Alton Yankees? And if you don't, why is he on the bench? If your number 10 is having a bad day and you're not willing to put on your replacement, what's the point of having that replacement? Go through some of the comments here. 80 says, Pollard's making me nervous. Kevin says, all Pollard picks were shit. He missed tackle, not good at this level. TK says, my 2 favorite teams, though I'm an All Black supporter. Sash says, a confident South African is a dangerous South African. No, can't show the match. What's the score? It's on the screen, 13-11. Yellow cards ruin the game. They should just get a point system. I don't mind a yellow card. So proud of the Boks. Hope they keep this intensity up and play a great game at the end. Let's hope it's not 39 missed tackles. Agreed. It's a good game, though. It's a very good game. Sasha reckons we give Pollard 15 more minutes. Mornay says Pollard and Billy not particularly happy with those ones. He's not taking on the All Black line. Pollard needs to ask more questions. Don't worry, this is where New Zealand pulls away. I mean, we're on stay, but it's good to see the positivity coming from the South Africans. New Zealand, let's go, says Declan now. Again, with that surname, a bit odd. But each to their own. Smith is playing awesome. Khaleesi is a demon job. I've been very impressed with those 2. Ben says South Africa are doing well. I reckon they come a long way. Well, I mean, considering this compared to last week, it's chalk and cheese, isn't it? Much better performance. Robin says some guys may have reached their peak of the World Cup. Captain has ace match. B says Craig Morgan could put on Yankees when Faf gets back on. In Corsi, when Corsi gets back on, says LB. Robin Wood says I miss Reinach. Alton as our Finn Russell's always 50-50 with him. Yeah, it is, but you gotta back your buggers. And especially players like that, they are confidence players. So give them the backing and say, we want you to go out and change the game. We want you to go out and win us a game. Can you do that for us? And then see if they can. TK says good game from both teams. Sessions on to beer number 3. All Blacks are too good. Mark says try walking downstairs on crutches and sneezing at the same time. Not good, believe me. I won't try that, to be honest. Safi says he misses Colby. Clay says, will we see subpart of our game plan doesn't seem to contain backline play? Is Mostert recovering? Yeah, I think Mostert's just a bit tired after starting pretty much every game, playing a full 80 throughout the entire season. Babui says New Zealand's going to come back. He's calling it. The guy who said we could lose by 50 points must feel a bit cynical. Yeah, fair. Pollard, please, says John Rousseau. Atlantis are supporting the Bokker. There we go. Lions were 35-0 up after 23 minutes yesterday. And then, we made a bit of a hash of it, to be honest. Stefan says, so disappointed the Boks don't swing the ball wide. And Sash says, let's be real, All Blacks haven't done anything amazing today when the Bokker loses because we fuck up. I'm disappointed with our discipline, though. Morna says, yes, remove because even if your tactic is kicking, you don't kick the ball away when you're 15 meters away from the try line. Some people should just stick to watching soccer. And there's nothing wrong with watching a bit of footy. Preach some footy. You're not playing today? No, I think you're playing tomorrow. Who are we playing this weekend? Anyway, some big. So who have been the big performers here? I suppose we can go over the Rugby Pass, which shows the team more things, but easier to consume that. Where are we? Rugby Championship. Let's see who the big Rugby Championship is the best sort of thing to get stats for. Like defenders. I mean, tackles made stuff that just shows it quite nicely. Well, look, the first things first, to get onto the field and to make sure we just sort of wind the clock down and get Spur and Corsi back on the park. Eben Etzebeth's made 5 carries for us. Bongi Benami's made 2. It's been better from Bongi today. He's slipped a couple of tackles, but made a very big hit, which we won a penalty on. He's looked a little bit better. David Havili has made 6 carries for New Zealand. Now, if you look at the defense, Siaklisi's, according to Rugby Pass, has made 10 tackles, not missed one, and one turnover. Clark Smith's won 2 turnovers, missed 1 tackle, made 8. So as I said, those 2 have been the most impressive. Trevor has made 6 tackles, not missed a single one. Bongi's made 6 tackles, missed 1. Both locks have made 7 tackles and missed just 1. Faf's made 4 tackles, missed 3. He often will miss a lot of tackles, Faf, because he comes off the line quite quickly. Dwayne's made 3 tackles, missed 1, and one turnover. Pollard, Mapimpi, Delendi have all made 8 tackles. Spur and Corsi made 1 tackle, missed 2, and 1 turnover. For New Zealand, I mean, they haven't had to make too many tackles. Cody Taylor, Lualala, and Talek have all made 4, as is Blackadder. Bowden Barrett's made 2. I mean, we don't really ask enough questions tackling wise, do we? We don't really attack the line. It's the best won 1 line out so far, as is with Talek, and they've also so the lines have been pretty even. Discipline-wise, Etzebeth Luatiago conceded 2 penalties. Quaka Smith conceded 2 penalties as well. That always comes with the territory. Joey Moody conceding 2 penalties for New Zealand. Where we at with some of the comments, stuff like that. John looks surprised New Zealand haven't pounced on the missed tackles. Akira Aoni looks like he's in his own world. Agreed, he hasn't been good today, hey? He's been very, very quiet. A couple of unforced errors as well. Man City versus Chelsea today. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Man U playing Aston Villa. Are we? Yeah, we are. It should be a good game, actually. What time are we? I'm so. You know what it is? After that blooming defeat in the week, I was just so. Oh, Hoppers Wednesday. Perfect. I'm not even doing a watch long, so I can actually watch it. That's poor. I never not know when United are playing. When it's halftime finished, hopefully in a couple of minutes. New Zealand all the way, says Wazzy. Early days still against the All Blacks, says Robin Wood. Louis says, I won't worry if we lose like we played today. I hope and pray we win. I remember the days when Faf would make a break for the scrums. Too many missed tackles. Tristan says, come on, Box. Pollard's out of the form that he's making Alton looks like a semi-decent rugby player. Look, you know what? I hate comments like, oh, he's making Alton look like a semi-decent rugby player. Super rugby player of the decade. Don't at me. Don't at me. Come now. Man United is overrated, but still good. Futzek. Bongi and Trevor are great rugby ambassadors. Yeah, very nice guys. I think Pard must retire because he's playing very pathetic. I think it's a bit hectic. Not sure he needs to retire, but yeah, I think just needs to sort of shape up a little bit. I think All Blacks are overrated, but still good. Man United's most popular club in the world, buddy. Yeah, we're back and back the buggers. Last 20, who's on the bench for the All Blacks? That's the scary thing. I think bench-wise, I think it depends on how the game goes. If the game opens up, I think New Zealand have got a very potent bench. Keep the front row on as long as possible. Kevin said, I don't understand the whole week train on defense, but yet game day missed tackles. Imagine if we had the rugby infrastructure that New Zealand had. I think we've got a better rugby infrastructure, to be honest. I think our systems are very good. Well, players seem to be back on the field. I was about to say, we were looking at players in the changing room who still didn't look dressed and stuff like that. But is Rico Arnie on the field? Man hasn't got any ball. He's been very quiet. Both the Arnies have been nowhere today. Takola says, what's up with Pollard, man? We need to get him to get us ahead, start building up a lead. He messes up. Take all homeless people and turn them into world-class rugby players. We got Aston Villa versus Man United 3-2 prediction there. Craig Morgan says if that were the case, that would be Kings untouchable. When are you doing a United watch-along? Very, very soon. Very soon. I'm going to sort our football out in the next week or two. We just need to make sure we've got our URC sorted, and then we're going to move into that as well. Rico Arnie should get more involved with running, says TK. We don't use our back line, says Stefan. No strategy. Park kicks the brick out of his boot. Yeah, he's kicking too deep. We've got a 42-40 prediction over there. I'll be very surprised if we get that up much. But we're almost underway for the second half. Right, so Paul will get things back underway. The whistle has gone. We are underway for the second half. He's going towards the right-hand side once again. Early touch for Scott Barrett. Try to get a more there. We've got Stephen Kitsoff on, by the way, for Trevor Nyakani. I think that's a weird call. I thought Trevor was having a pretty decent game, actually. So that's an interesting call to put on Stephen Kitsoff. And Malcolm Marx is on, by the way. So 2 new front rowers. France Malherbe is still on, though. Keeping the New Zealand parked inside the 22. TJ Perrinar. We've got Bowden Barrett back in the pocket. But I think Perrinar's going to go for the box kick here. He does clear. It's not going to find touch. Dwayne Vermeulen's underneath it. Handing off Bowden Barrett, but he does bring him down, so he can maintain position on the halfway. And it's a penalty for sealing off. Oh, come on, man. Makazona Pimpy is being pinned for leaving his feet. But it was a bit of a weird call. He didn't really call it. Sealing off is the call. It's a bit strange, though, because usually sealing off, you call it as soon as it happens when you go off your feet at the breakdown. So it's a bit of a strange call to make. I think that's harsh, because I think that he's... But I mean, he was contesting against Retallick, and then when Retallick stepped away, then he lost his footing. So it wasn't like he dove over the ball. I think that's a harsh penalty. That's a big more. They peeled around though. It has gone down. Tackle made, so there's no advantage or anything like that. So Havili thinks about going, wrapped up. Pop the ball up to Perrinar. Scott Barrett puts his head down. Malherbe makes the tackle. Malcolm Marx over the ball. Luke Pearce, give us the penalty. What? Kitsoff not rolling away. I'm sorry. I'm annoyed at that Pimpy penalty. I think that's harsh. Retallick was contesting, and then he stepped away, and that's when he lost his footing. He didn't dive over the ball or anything. I think sealing off is a bit rich there, Luke Pearce. Not sure. Not sure I agree with that call at all. So big early pressure once again. New Zealand on the 5 meter. Malcolm Marx was entitled to get that ball, but Stephen Kitsoff not able to roll away. Oh, where we starting it? Luke Diago, you flippin' biscuit, you. Big. Oh, and the ball's locked on. Turnover from Awani. New Zealand are on the front foot here. Dwayne Vermeulen's not happy, and they've knocked it on, thankfully. Another turnover. New Zealand, they're making mistakes. Dwayne Vermeulen was very unhappy with the way that ball popped over after that line of win from Luke Diago. It's a big moment. 20 seconds to go, and Spoon, of course, he's back. Back to the pocket. Pollard's got a bit of time. And that's not the best kick. It only gets to the 22. Well, it's a big line of steal there from Lourt Diaga. Then they run the ball back. They go to the front of the line to Blackadder. That's a bit of a hospital pass to Bridge. Takes to contact on to Khaleesi. Pick up and go from Awani. Driven back by Khaleesi. Tackle made by Stephen Kitsoff. Pick up and go from Leolala. Kwaka Smith all over that ball. Kwaka Smith. What's the call here? Penalty advantage for Lourt Diaga. I think Kwaka Smith was entitled to play that ball, but Lourt Diaga coming offside at the line out. So a lot of early pressure here, but Spirit Corsi is back. Yeah, I just broke the line too early there, Lourt Diaga. So still under a lot of pressure here. The defense is holding firm, but we can't do this forever, chaps. But Spirit Corsi is back. So to be honest, I think that yellow card was actually, I'll take it, because we can see it just 3 points. He should be back on the park. Why is he not back in the park? His time's well gone. Hey, ball, Luke. They go to Blackadder once again. Once again, big more defense, driving them towards the touchline. Driving them towards the touch. They've peeled off. Severe has been bundled into touch. Come on! Huge defense. Huge defense. Malcolm Marks. That's it. That's it. Big defense there. As I said, the forwards have pitched up today. Now, can we get Flippin' Spoon Corsi back on the park? He's been off. When did he get that yellow card? Remembering that we had like 3 minutes going into before half time. What? When did he go off? When did he go off? Where's my clock? He went off in the 34th minute. We had 3 minutes extra time. Is he on? I'm assuming he's on. I'm not seeing him on the blind side there, but I want to see how they've finally taken the yellow card thing away. So he is back. Right. Malcolm Marks goes to Lourt Diaga, goes to Faf de Klerk, goes to Kwaka Smith, steps away from one, takes contact. Now we've got Pollard back in the pocket. Now Pollard, we need a big clearance here, chap. It'll be Faf de Klerk himself who finds touch by just beyond the 22. It's a bit better. Slowly getting ourselves out of the danger area. Not out of the woods yet. Now Spoon Corsi comes back on. Hey, he should have been on before that, if you ask me. TK, great commenting. Agreed. Brilliant defense. Any free stream starts, not a chance. Can we call the referee to ask him to sub Pollard himself? And it's another line of steal there. Marks goes to Khaleesi. Khaleesi gets away from one. He's running into Bowden Barry. He's still taking Bowden Barry with him. Very nice carry there from Stephen Khaleesi. Blackadder trying to go for the steal on the ground, but misses it. Now Stephen Kitsoff running into Brody Retallick. And Akira Aoni available for Faf, yeah. That's 2 stone lineouts. Now he goes very hard as Faf de Klerk. That's a contestable kick. Spoon Corsi on the field, and we will contest that. And we've won it back to Malcolm Marks. He gets one away from Awani. Can he just pull his pants off? Every single time we've seen those bright, bloody purple boxes of his. No, man, look! Okay. Lourt Diaga went straight over and he called that. I think we both thought that it was a penalty because he was furious. And Luke says, mate, it's your penalty. Relax. Look, he doesn't always get it right, Stuart Pearce, but he's a good laugh. He's a very measured referee. And the best part is that the more the game gets intense, the more he says, hey, Oaks, just relax. Those are 2 very big line steals. Lourt Diaga very nicely there. Now, we've kicked ourselves into All Blacks territory. Now's the time. Now's the time. Right, so attacking set piece now for the box. Lourt Diaga, Eamon Etzebeth. Malcolm Marks needs to do so. We've started 3 lineouts so far. They've started 1. Malcolm Marks, this is the issue in his game, the only issue in his game. But he goes to Lourt Diaga, straight to Faf de Klerk. He then goes to Pollard. He goes to Khaleesi in the midfield. Almost intercept there from Bowden Barry, but so okay from Khaleesi. Quick ball. No. Faf de Klerk puts it up high. Etzebeth, they're all chasing after it. It's free ball. Lola's picking it up. He's being driven back by... Oh, no! Quick seatbelt tackle from Kwaka Smith. That's very unfortunate. conceding the penalty. It wasn't a dangerous tackle by Kwaka Smith, just trying to drive Lualala back and just slipping up a little bit. That's unfortunate. That wasn't malicious or anything. Look, you see, a kick like that is competitive. You know, when you put it right up in the air, you've got 4 people going on. That ball can bounce anywhere. And it does. It bounces. So it comes off Eben Etzebeth, goes back. Lualala's there, and then Kwaka Smith in trying to make the tackle. It just slips up a bit. So it's a good kick from Beauden Barrett to get up towards the halfway line. Big off to start to the half. Nice intensity at the moment. Come, you're sure you're going to compete for this line as well. You've stolen 2 already. No, it goes to Blackhead at the front there. They do use it. Perinara goes to Beauden Barrett, who goes to Awani. And Geordie Barrett running the angle there. Big tackle on Malcolm Marks after he locked the ball on. So we'll have a scrum. Appreciate you, Geordie Barrett. Thank you very much. Now, in your face. I want them to remind the fact that he just knocked it on. Remind the fact that they've lost 2 lineouts. Come on. 8 handling errors from a day from New Zealand. And it's just, that's an unforced error. He just drops the ball. Come on, they're there for the taking, chaps. Now you got to take them. Good to see Malcolm Marks dumping him as well, just to, rub salt in the wounds. Now, this is Test match rugby. This is a proper game. Lots of errors sort of creeping in, but it's the intensity that I'm enjoying. Right, on the 10-meter line, right in front of the poles in the middle of the park. Box with the scrum. First scrum for Kitsoff and Malcolm Marks. So will the new fresh blood bring in a bit of new energy? Or will it disrupt things? We'll wait and see, shall we? Right, what are we saying here? Tonight, not enjoying the kicks there. Abigail says Springboks should win. Kamambaka run it, says Tanil. Dan Heinrich says, bring on Yankees. Are you from SA? I am. Need to capitalize. Imagine if we had Colby, he wouldn't see the ball. Kevin says, what point bring on Alton Temis to go take Pollard off? Big scrum there. The ball goes in underneath the feet there. It's sitting by Sia Khaleesi's feet. Faf de Klerk's looking to use it. He goes to Willie Leroux at first receiver. So inside switch to Damien Delinde, who gets away from 1. Pumping the legs from Damien Delinde, getting up to the 22. That's a nice carry from him. Faf goes himself, sniping. It's a horrible pass, and it'll run out into touch. In fact, it goes forward a little bit as well. That's pretty poor from Faf de Klerk. It just needed to go to hand there. He went himself and then tried to find a Kanya and he just sort of throw in the middle between Mapimpi and so it'll be a scrum for New Zealand on the 22. Bring on Nelson Mandela at hooker. Dude, Mandela definitely wasn't a hooker. I reckon Madi's maybe on the flank. Also got the flair. It's also got the flair. Madiba Shuffle, surely he's not a hooker. Where are we putting him, chaps? If we're putting Nelson in the 15, where are we putting him? Can you please show the match? No, I can't. Even Henry Honorable, fresh from some farm work, would be better than Pollard these days. New subscriber, can I get a mention? Welcome, Mike King. Good to have you. Only communists want free shit, says Pad Grandpa. 8 Anley All Blacks. Staffy says fly half. Yeah, I backed the fly half shot. He just had the flair. He had the flair, didn't he? Well, straight down. That's surely a penalty for the Springboks. I'll flip and Lualala's got his feet. Oh, dear. Khaleesi making the tackle once again, making up. I think it was Pollard who missed it. Space out wide, new advantage. Bridge going himself. Spoon Corsi getting back to make the tackle. Kwaka Smith all over that ball. Back for the press gun penalty. So it's against South Africa. I think Kwaka Smith was entitled to play that, to be honest. I think that's a decent turnover. I've been impressed by him. Kwaka's been good today. Outside lock. Hey, you're not sure you're putting him at lock. How tall is he? You can't be putting Nelson at lock, surely. $1.85, too small for South African lock. Come now. Yeah, back in the fly half shout. He could box. Yeah, look, I mean, he had that side of him, I suppose. But is there a yellow card? Oh, no, there isn't. I need to take my card away. Thank you for flagging that. Right, penalty for the All Blacks on the 22. Beauden Barrett will try and kick this quite deep. It's a decent touch find. He's found touch halfway between the 10 meter and the 22. Desmond reckons Polish 12, Yankees go to 10. I don't think, you know what the problem is that, is why is Pollard staying on if he's not playing well? Why must you sacrifice Damien Delindi? He's not playing well, take him off. Thanks so much, Smart King. Right, so solid line win for Blackadder. They use it once again. Perinara goes to Barrett, who goes to Awani. I'm quick off the line, though. George Bridges throwing a straight into Willie LaRue's hands. Appreciate you, bit of a get out of jail free there. Pass was forward anyway, I think. But Malcolm Marks not hooking. Turnover ball for Springboks goes to France Malherbe. The Fridge carries it up. Now available for Faf de Klerk. He goes high. Spoon course, he's chasing hard. And it lands back on the side. And Kwaka Smith has gone away with it. Knock on advantage. Oh, he's still going, Kwaka. Go, my boy. Come, Kwaka. And then they grab it, they rip it in the tackle, but we still had the advantage for a knock on. So we'll go back for the scrum. It will be on the halfway line. So we'll take that. I'll tell you what. Where are the Kwaka Smith doubters? Where are they? Where are the haters? He's been very good today. Very, very good today. Patrick says we need to hold on to the ball when in their territory. All the media outlets are saying Kwaka has been proper today. Mass tackle on Geordie, says Captain Crunch. Well, just 2 points in the game. 2 points in the game. She's probably here I am. Well, what do you reckon, eh? Surely we can acknowledge a good performance when we see it, eh? He's been very good today. Franco Moster's on the park. It's on for Eben Etzebeth. Good to see Moster back at lock. Well, Eben Etzebeth, that's not a bad shift, eh? It's not a bad shift. Go and empty the tank and now take a seat here. Anybody else looking like they're coming on? I don't see Alton on that bench, by the way. I don't know if it's because he's warming up. Chooseball said, "Eat my words." Yeah, no, but fair enough. You know, it's at least you acknowledge it. I'm all for that. It's the people that don't acknowledge it. But yeah, no, look, I'm chuffed with that. Him and Sia Khaleesi have really led from the front today. Right, big scrum here on the halfway line, yeah, chaps. Use it, Faf. Use it. Faf uses it, goes to Pollard. Pollard goes. That's a horrible pass to Lakanya He bounces Havili. He's still going as Lakanya Faf Clerk using it, going to Lut Diago. He's wrapped up by Awani. And Scott Barrett is driven back by Awani, but it's still available. I'll tell you, Pollard couldn't organize a piss up in a brewery at the moment. I don't know what's going on with him. And even that pass was horrendous. My Pimpy's overshot that. And it's bounced. It's been allowed to bounce. No! My screen's got blank. Oi! Sort your nonsense out. Oh, we're going wide. We've gone wide. We're back up. We're past the 10 meter. Franco Mostert first carry for them. Faf going to Pollard. Pollard going to Vermeulen. I don't even think we've seen Vermeulen carry the ball today. Faf going to Willie LaRue now. LaRue going to Lakanya steps inside. Hand off the one. Leg drive from Lakanya getting up to the 22. And we'll go back for the penalty advantage. I enjoy that. I enjoy that much better. Keeping the ball in hand. Oh, now right in front. Here we go. Here's a 3-pointer for foul play. I love it. I love it. Well, Pollard, do the business, chap. Get us back in front. We're right in front of the poles. All the Alton haters. I bet you guys were Kwaka haters as well. Back my bugger. So it's foul play there. That's the penalties on. Right in front, Pollard. You cannot miss this. You miss this, you get plugged immediately. I think you pull him immediately. So it's down. It's the middle of the park. He's beyond the 10. I mean, within the 10 meters. So it's about 5 meters ahead of the 22. I mean, of the 10 meters. So it's a very straightforward attempt here. And down the middle, yeah, better, good. Back into the lead. I think we're going to see Alton soon, by the way. I don't see him on the bench. What a test match this has been, by the way. What a test match. Right, now the New Zealand making some front row changes there. We've got Will Jordan off the park as well. Right, into the last 20 minutes we go. Can we hold on? As I said, I don't actually care about, I don't give a damn about the Rugby Championship. Literally, so Damien McKenzie's on for Will Jordan, so on at the wing. Faf de Klerk, first tester there for Damien McKenzie. It's pretty infield because Norman Pimpy is chasing hard. So a take there from Geordie Barrett. Perinara now going to Awani. Steps inside, Dwayne Firmino makes the tackle, almost up to the 22 on New Zealand. Perinara going to Barrett, puts his head down, runs into Malcolm Marks, big tackle on him. Now Italic, Quacker Smith trying to get into that steal there. Deciding to go towards the right again. McKenzie now, getting away from one, runs into Malherba, wrapped up. At least he came off quickly on Jordan Barrett. That's very good defense there, driving the New Zealand back a bit. Now Scott Barrett's going to put his head down. Kicks off over that ball quickly, but misses it. Perinara goes to Havili. Rwani. Brought down by Damon Delaney. Of course, he goes off his feet, leaves it. Still available for Perinara. Decides to go down the blind side. Quick ball to McKenzie. Mustard wraps up. Goes to George Bridge, but he's brought down. Five offside. That's Luat Diago. Lazy running. Penalty advantage. Penalty. Luat Diago. Get yourself inside, mate. Get yourself inside. Now New Zealand can just take the lead again. Well, the defense was holding up, so there's just no need to force the issue there. But right in front of the poles, Geordie Barrett will slot this, and New Zealand will probably go ahead once again. Right, into the last 20 minutes. Now comes the big calls. Are we taking Pollard off? Are we taking Delendy off and shifting Pollard to 12, putting on alternate 10? What are we thinking here? What are we thinking? Right, so I just realized now Malcolm van Staden looks like, you laugh. Literally went to the bench, and the first thing I thought was Mornay State. You're right. Malcolm van Staden looks like Mornay State, and Mornay State decides to go on roids. So we've got, still to come off the bench, we've got Vincent Koch, Marco van Staden, Hershey Yankees, Alton Yankees, and Frans Steyn. So some big calls to come here from Jacques Nienaber and his coaching staff. But I tell you what, though, regardless of where this result goes, a lot more respect needs to be given to this coaching staff because we pitched up today. You've pitched up today. They've obviously started at 3 and they've gone to 16-14. So it's still a very close game. But this is Test match rugby. This is the two best teams in the world going head to head, toe to toe. It's been a good watch. Right, Pollard gets us back underway. And they've almost knocked it back there. Will Jordan, it's a bit messy. New Zealand have a bit. Can we ditch the spider cam shit? Thank you. So the outside of 22 are New Zealand. Tuanga Fassi, there's another carry there. Bowden Barrett, quick ball there. He can't kick it out. So he keeps it down, goes down the middle of the park to Willie Leroux. Willie Leroux will put this up in the air for Pollard to chase. Pollard and Willie Leroux's chase. And from Muir not chasing. Mate, you're not allowed to contend in the ball. It's a penalty against Wayne Vermeulen. They're both going for it, though. Yeah, Dwayne Vermeulen, they're going for the ball, not getting it, conceding the penalty. TMO was checking. They said it's just a penalty. There's nothing in it. Yeah, we know what the story is. If you go into the air, you have to catch it out. It's a penalty. That call was garbage this session. Pollard off, go off, says Glenn. Put on France Steyn, says Lewin. S says the New England boring play. Oh no, if you play boring rugby. Guess what? We're 2 points behind New Zealand. Guess who was not 2 points behind New Zealand? Fiji, Tonga, Australia, and Argentina the entire year. So don't come here with the, it's boring rugby. Putzek. Right, Falcon testing their lineup though. They do win it through Beath and Blackadder. Rolling more game momentum here for New Zealand. Get a go forward ball. South Africa desperately trying to load up. The call comes to use it once. Perenal will use it. Goes to Havili, who knocks it forward. Love that. Sia Khaleesi there to wrap things up, and we'll go back for the scrum. Thank you. Another knock on there. That's about 10 or 11 handling errors. Right, so some changes here. Franz Herbert is off. Markham Verstaren's on for Quagga Smith. That's a huge call. I'm not sure I agree with that call. Jacques. Quagga Smith, well, take a bow. Quagga Smith, I mean, if we win this, he could be man of the match. That's a huge effort from Quagga Smith. Vincent Cox now on. Markham Verstaren, I suppose, I mean, breakdown, same sort of vibe. But Quagga Smith, take a bow because that is a monumental effort. Look, Van Staden will enjoy the breakdown work, but Quagga Smith, what an effort. What an effort. It's a big scrum from South Africa. And a penalty from South Africa. That's what we need. That's what we need. Time off here. I don't know what the issue is. We've got a penalty, so that's a big moment. Malcolm Marx is down, receiving a bit of treatment. Oh, those real hard yards. They literally are. They're playing menaces outside. This is a bit of an issue here for Malcolm Marx. It looks like he's going to be okay to continue. Okay, ready to go here. Malcolm Marx looks like he's okay to continue, so Pollard will kick for touch here. It's a decent touch finally. Fast touch by the 22. It's the big moment for the Boks. Scott Barris is gone off the park now. Right, here we go, chaps. Win the set piece. They go to the back. Dwayne Vermeulen with the line win there. Solid stuff. There comes Roddy Moore. They got a bit of a run. Has now been brought down. Penalty advantage. Free roll of the dice here. Martin van Staden. First carry for him. Big leg drive. Still penalty advantage. Faf de Klerk decides to go back towards the blind side. He's wrapped up. And we'll go back for the penalty. That's it, boys. Kick to the corner. Kick to the corner. Glenn saying even the high dogs want one pilot off. Always some Polynesians, so please don't send death threats to me if I say go New Zealand. After everyone's allowed to support their team here. No issues there. Here comes the kicking tee. More than score. We're going to go for the 3 points. We're going to go for the 3 points. Go New Zealand, this is a tough game. This is a brilliant game. This is Test match rugby at its finest. It's also the biggest watch along we've ever done. So a massive thank you to everyone here. All I'm saying is please do smash like on the video. Literally, I reckon we've got like 300 people here who haven't subscribed. So you tell me, how many subscribers can we get? We're on 7,631. As Andre Pollard's about to send this through the middle. Come on! He does. Back in the lead. It's a 1-point game. This is a brilliant test. Come on, the chaps. You know what? Even if we lose this, I can put my hand up and say we played well. We did the business today. This is test match rugby. This is two of the best sides in the world going toe to toe. This is what test rugby. I mean, this whole thing of South Africa don't good ambassadors. How can you have not watched this test match and enjoyed it? And a penalty for that. Yeah, taking Delga out in the air. Damian McKenzie, a little bit too overeager there. Penalty to the box. And Pollard finding touch. It's very unnecessary from McKenzie. He was never going to get there, was he? Ah, 12. I think that could be Damien Delindi off. Hey. This TV of mine needs to sort itself out. Yep, Damien Delindi is off. Is it France staying on or is it Alton and Pollard 12? What has happened here? Leo Delga up for the line out. Solid win there. Come on, 12 minutes, chaps. Working hard, yeah. Going quite sideways at the moment. Now the Moore's got a bit of a run into the New Zealand half. Faf de Klerk's got one hand on the ball. He wants to use it. Once 9 comes the call. Yeah, France staying is on at 12. And he's blocked it forward there. Malcolm Marx, man. That's so useless. He's conceded a penalty. They conceded a knock-on. Malcolm Marx didn't move backwards. That's so poor. Basic discipline. Come on, people. That would have been such a big moment. It would have been a scrum for us inside New Zealand territory. And instead, New Zealand have not kicked to our half and we'll have an attacking line-out. On the 22-yard New Zealand. This is getting close here, chaps. We go to Vitalik. Brad Weber goes straight to Bowden Barrett. Awani, and they've knocked it on. Oh, they turned it over. Pollard landed up with the ball. Malcolm Marx now picked up and go. Thank you very much. Knock on there. Knock on advantage. Faf goes to Franco, who goes to Willie, who knocks it backwards. They kick it through. We'll go back for the scrum. Thank you very much. Woo! Flip, I'm sweating like a proper bride. Woo! You know what? This has been an error-ridden performance from the All Blacks, and that's exactly what we have to do. We've done very well to disrupt them and force the errors, and they're coming through. Now we just need to make it count. Come on, chaps. 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. Close the game out here. So France State is on at 12. Still no sign of Alton or Herschel.
Rugby Championship 2021, drawn their last couple of games with Australia, but the Lucas Wallabies are brimming with confidence. And I will say that that solidarity. Really getting into it. Lots of black jerseys around.
Just need to adjust my clock here. We are back underway. We'll have a scrum in the middle of the park, well, in the middle of the field, just beyond the 10-meter line. Into the last 10 minutes, the Boks have got a 1-point lead. Can they hold on to it? Offside 9 there. Big scrum there. Penalty. Come on! Come on! Vincent Koch. Big penalty there. Big penalty from the Boks. Yeah, Vincent Koch, have something to say. Chat to Dwayne. Chat to the middle. Come on, chaps. Come on, chaps. Come on. Five-man line out, chat, for the Boks. 8 minutes to go. Come on, chaps. Come on, chaps. See it out. Dwayne Vermeulen going up. Solid line win there. Malcolm Martin trying things. If Faf Clerk's going to have to use this. Faf Clerk will put this eye in the air. It'll land in front of the 22. This could be quite contestable. Mackenzie goes up and he spills it forward. Stephen Kitshoff goes to Sia Khaleesi. Nothing there, but a Springbok ball. Vincent Koch will get a bit of a run. Springboks on the front foot here by the 22 meters. They go to the short side. Stephen Kitshoff riding the contact there. He's got Sia Khaleesi behind him. Tell you what, Sia Khaleesi, my man of the match today. Between him and Fraka Smith, those two have led from the front. Big carry there from Malcolm Start and winding the clock down. 7 minutes to go. Yeah, come on, chaps. Now, Faf Clerk's gone to the boot. Makazuma Pimpy needs to chase hard. And he went in the back, does Makazuma Pimpy, but then they kick it ahead. It went backwards with Mapimpi, so Paul's having to go all the way back and regather this ball. He goes inside to Villy Leroux, and Villy Leroux skews that kick. Just keep the ball in hand. For fuck's sakes, man. Why? So, that's a big hit in the middle. They found staying first involvement. Solid line there from New Zealand. They're on the 10-meter line. Discipline your chaps. You can't afford to see the penalty, right? Oh, inside ball from Brad Weber. A Pippi! He's brought him down around there. Villy Leroux needs to get over that. Villy Leroux's been taken out. I think we've got a penalty advantage. Let's start. Go! Come on! Down the middle. He needs support, chaps. Where's the support? Boom! Sit down, Havi. Up to the halfway line. This is better. Come on. Touched by All Blacks. Stop kicking the ball away, Fat. Just keep the flipping ball in hand. For goodness sake, man. Geordie Barrett. They're over the ball. They've turned it over. That's it. Now just keep the flipping ball. Van Staden. We've won possession back on the halfway line. Faf de Klerk goes back to Pollard, who inevitably goes to the boot. Spoon Corsi has to chase hard, but this is very deep from Pollard. Spoon Corsi, Geordie Barrett slips the tackle, goes inside to his brother Bowden. Trying to find space. Big hit from Malcolm Marx. Can we just hold on to the flipping ball, Oaks? I'm actually so over this. There's now space out wide. Chaps, Why can we not just hold the flippin' ball? Why? Why not? Why not, Pollard? Why can we not just hold the ball? We've literally, in their half, with possession, gifted it back, and now they've got a line inside their half. Why are we incapable of just holding the ball? Please, just once. Just once. Can we do it? Just once. It's not even about attacking at the moment. It's about winding the clock down. Goodness me. It's a horrible kick from Willie Leroux for touch. And now we're under pressure again. You see, and they've also got an overlap. I mean, it's a horrible kick from Willie Leroux, but he's under pressure because we kicked the ball away. Well, Faf de Klerk's off the park, so Herschel Yankees will see the game out. Quacker Smith's up because I think Marco Verstappen is down. We should actually need to stop my clock here. No, it's stopped. 75-20 is the case. That kick from Pollard is so poor. It was deep. It was not going to be contestable. It was just gifting possession away. That was needless. That was absolutely needless. Now we're under pressure for 5 more minutes. How much pressure can we take? That's the question. Well, we've thrown the line out. I mean, how many times do you have to keep getting out of jail? Well, Marco Verstappen's up. Big run from him again. Malcolm Marks down the blind side, getting up over the past 22. Inside, so we can go for touch. Herschel Yankees goes to the boot, lifts it very high. Mapimpi needs to contest. It's come down and he's won it back as Mapimpi. That's better. You see, if you've got a good chase and it's contestable, the kick can work. But now, keep the ball in hand, chaps. My clock needs to be on with 76 minutes and 3 seconds. But Pollard will play the territory game. And he's launched that into the middle of nowhere. Roden Barrett. Oh, brilliant intervention there from Spur and Corsi. Now Willie Leroux under a bit of pressure. We've retained the possession back in our 10 meter. And Awani's all over that ball and won a penalty. Fucking Pollard, can you pull him off, please? Because once again, nothing kick. Not flipping contestable. And just sort of sitting in the middle of the second half. What is the point of that kick? Just stop putting pressure on ourselves, man. Goodness me. Well, he's now going to go for the 3 points, as Jordy Barrett. And this comes down to flipping Pollard. I'm sick of it. I'm actually so sick of it.
Just 22 years of age. What it means to him. Started versus Argentina in Lisbon last week.
They're going for the 3-pointer here. If Jordy Barrett smokes this over and we lose, I'm so over Pollard. I cannot actually understand it. That was such a shit kick. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left. Come on, please miss this. Please miss this. He hasn't missed the entire night, as Jordy Barrett. It's on the left-hand side, about 10 meters inside. It's not the hardest kick. Yeah, it's gone straight down the middle. Straight down the flipping middle. Andre Pollard, this is on you. And nothing kick. Turnover ball on the front foot, and guess what? They're ahead. Well, now you have to continue contestable kick. Why is he still on? Why is he still on? I don't understand why he's on. Well, they're all going to do is run down the clock. They've got a minute and a half to run down the clock, and New Zealand have won it. Or because you can't keep the ball for 2 minutes. We need a big moment show. Once again, we need the force to bail us out. Brad Weber hoisted above. Dave Muir underneath it. Very solid from Dave Muir. So Springboks winning possession back. Well, now we can't kick it, flipping Pollard. We physically can't. We've got a minute and a half to try and find a penalty. No, man, Herschel not going to go to the box kick, man. Come on. Right, Herschel goes to the box kick because it's gone up, so Spurcourse going to have to chase this. Well, we've retained it, but can we just keep the flipping ball, yeah, chaps? No, it's on their side. It's on their side. Why? Why? What is the point? Now Bowden Barrett can launch this. Chaps, do you not watch and think that maybe we need to stop doing this? Pollard's going himself. The Kanya down the blind side. He's isolated. We've got a lot of work to do. Still in our own half. Herschel Yankees goes inside to Franco Mostert. And chaps, because we kicked the ball, we've lost ourselves 20 meters once again. To Pollard. Now to Villaroo. Got a bit of space out wide. Goes to Wayne Vermeulen. Gets into the... Oh, it's almost a high tackle from there. Malcolm Marks inside the New Zealand territory now. 5 seconds left. Ethan Blackadder over the ball. Herschel Yankees goes to Pollard. Pollard flat ball to Franco Mostert. Almost looked a bit forward. And he's locked it on. If Andre Pollard starts next weekend, I'm not even sure I'm going to flip and watch. That's it. Full time, 19 points to 17. And just 2 agonizing points. I can't actually believe that. I cannot believe that. How can you be in front? How can you be in front? With 5 minutes to go, and you aimlessly kick the ball into the middle of nowhere. It wasn't for touch. It wasn't for territory. It was absolutely nothing. And we did it 3 times in a row where they managed to counter us and get ourselves back and think. We lost territory every single time, and Pollard still kicks. The forwards do not deserve the backline performance today. Our forwards today were absolutely tremendous. Look, phenomenal game. Phenomenal game. And I mean, 1917, that's a test match. But we should have won it. We were the better side, I think, overall, to be honest. So it's a phenomenal test match, but it's just so frustrating. So frustrating. Right, well, they're the best teams in the world for a reason, eh? They're the best team in the world for a reason. We're going to get all day. We're going to head over to the player rating show. Very interested to see what we're going to give. I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. We're going to do a quick review, and then we'll go through the player rating, stuff like that. So see you there. Please just smash like on the video. Subscribe on the way out. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. We're almost up to 7,700, so we're chasing that 8,000 subscriber mark, and I'll see you guys in just a bit.